Hey guys, Blessing here, and how are you all doing? Who is ready to hear the truth? The truth of the matter. Blessing CEO, cancer, whatever stage, and Daddy Freeze, the interview that gave us more clarity into this whole issue. So we are here to analyze. Like I told you guys yesterday, would come and sit down, balance, and look into this matter. I'm so sorry I kept you guys waiting. A lot has happened today, but I'm glad that I'm here. So hopefully we are going to be out of here in an hour. But if that doesn't happen, we are going to be here till we are here. Okay, so I think I'm just going to cut right to the chase. I will not waste too much of your time. I just want to say thank you for waiting on me. And finally, we are here and we are good to go. So I'm just going to start with the interview. I think I already gave you guys the prelude to this story. I don't know if I should do that all over again. For those people who didn't watch the video last time, I think I should just do it for the sake of completeness. Okay, so on the 25th of March this year, Blessing CEO went live, more or less, after she had posted two videos. She had posted two videos. She had captioned the video stage 4, and that she was scared. And she said things, is this how I'm dying? Is this the end of my life? Am I dying like this, and crying, and her hair pulling off, and she was pulling off her hair. Very scary stuff that she put out there. And eventually, after posting two videos, she went live. In the early hours of the day, she went live from her bedroom, crying and announcing more or less that she had cancer. She had stage 4 cancer. Funnily, that live stream that she did has now been deleted. If you go to her page now, you will not find that live video. However, I do have a copy of that live video, and I honestly should have just put the link here because I put out like the highlight from her live video the same day she went live. So I think an hour, maximum an hour after she went live, I posted a highlight or the highlight of her live video, and I prayed for her, and I was really scared for her, and I was like, God, no, no, a lady who maybe very soon she will get married, someone who just found love and wanting to start life. And oh no, what is this? I felt bad, and I shared that video on YouTube. The video is still there. Maybe after this video, I'm going to just edit and add the link in case you guys want to see it. It's just 10 minutes long, what I posted. However, she has deleted that video from her page. Moving forward, she did that video and everywhere scatter. You know how we say everywhere scatter. Like, what? Blessing CEO. And the backlash started because after that live stream, she put out her bank account details, asking for people to support her, that she was going for chemo. Actually, yes, she mentioned during the live stream, or the video she did afterwards, because after she went live, she still went back and posted another video. So she was really posting back to back on that day. Yeah. So one of the videos that she posted after her live stream, she mentioned specifically that she would need to go for chemo, and I'm going to play all of that for you here today. So we are not just going to be talking. We are going to be showing you these things you're going to be hearing from the horse's mouth. We are going to be listening to her interview, and we are going to be analyzing deeply to really try at least to get to the bottom of what's happening. This would have just passed as one of those very unfortunate incidents of one of our own falling terminally ill, allegedly, and everyone rallying around. Hold on, guys. and everyone rallying around to support. But now, after she put out the account details, some people donated, some people supported, some people prayed, and some people came out and were like, no, sorry for the background sound, guys. And some people came out and were like, no, this doesn't look right. You know, you don't look like someone with stage 4 cancer. That's one thing. Other people were like, no, blessing. We are used to you pulling such stunts. How are we sure that this is not just a silly prank? And so many people came out and just did videos, and eventually someone came out and said blessing had forged or doctored the cancer report of their relative. You know, she had edited the report because their relative sent the report to Blessing, and now the report is flying all over social media carrying Blessing's name. So they recognized the report and they're like, no, this is our sister's report. How come it carries Blessing's name? So, Blessing, you have edited this thing and we are going to sue you. So, after that scandal, Blessing got invited to Daddy Freeze's show. So I was quietly following all the backlash. I was following all these developments. And I didn't want to say anything because Blessing was still very insistent on the fact that she had cancer and that was all, she had cancer. So it was either she truly did or she truly does or she doesn't, until Daddy Freeze brought her on the show. And that for me was the show that gave me all the answers that I needed to jump into this and do a video and tell you my findings. Do I think Blessing has cancer? Do I think Blessing is pulling a stunt? Do I think Blessing is lying? And where do I think the lie is? So that's what this video primarily is about. We are going to listen to fragments from the interview. The interview really just gave more clarity than we had prior. And I'm really glad that that interview happened. And yeah, I think we should just get started. I hope that covers or summarizes what you need to know before we get into the video. So let me start to play. You're going to be listening to Daddy Freeze interviewing her, and some people were brought up on, to ask questions also. And Blessing was also there live and she spoke. So now we are going to listen to her and we're going to flash back to what she said before the interview and whether we truly believe and where we think this will go going forward. So let's listen.
And many people assumed that it was stage 4 cancer that you were talking about. Can you throw any light on that? If you said the report was preliminary and you are not yet sure of staging, why did you type stage 4? Because that got a lot of people confused.
Maybe it was ignorant, because when they tell you about cancer, they exaggerate it. They tell you what to expect. Because once you're being talked about cancer, they have to do the opening up, knowing how far it has spread. Maybe trauma, was panicked. Because it was when, people started saying stage 4, stage 4. I didn't necessarily know what to expect at that point. So maybe it was out of fright, it was out of anxiety. But nobody.
So this was the part that answered my question. They asked, why did she say stage 4? And she said it was when people started to mention stage 4, stage 4. And that got my head spinning. Because the first set of videos that she made, she already tagged the videos stage 4. But now she's blaming the labeling on what people were saying. So she's sounding like the labeling or the staging came after people started to react to her videos. But the fact of the matter is, she already, from the moment she broke the news, she already brought out stage 4. So this is one point I just found a lie. And the moment I heard this discrepancy, I became very interested. And that was when I knew she might actually be lying. But what could she possibly be lying about? About everything, about some things. As we dig further, we might actually try to figure out what aspects of this story could she possibly be lying about. So here is the first lie. So I'm just going to play something from the first video that she did. Okay.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
Okay. Let me play the live video that she did, the live stream, the first live stream that she did.
You know this point that you've not even started a journey, but I'm already tired. They said I'm supposed to start chemo. I have to lose my hair. I've not finished losing it because it's pulling out already. So, first of all,
So I'm just going to have to pause it right there. She said, they said I'm supposed to start chemo. Listen, guys. This is the first live stream she did announcing she had cancer. She was already telling us what they said she would have to do, what the doctor, because this was her live video. So you can tell us that you started to mention stage 4 because of what people hadn't started to talk here. This was your first announcement. And you are saying, you were already telling us that you were going to go for chemo. And now when Daddy Freeze asked you, you were putting it on people. Oh, because people were saying it. Okay, let me just play that part again before we go to the live video. So that was the moment I knew something is here. She's twisting things now because she has deleted this live video, but everything she said during the interview opposes the things she said during that live stream. And she was trying to blame it on ignorance. Ignorance cannot make you confirm things that you claim you know nothing about. Okay, let me just play the interview.
You said stage 4, and many people assumed that it was stage 4 cancer that you were talking about. Can you throw any light on that? If you said the report was preliminary and you are not yet sure of staging, why did you type stage 4? Because that got a lot of people confused.
Maybe he was ignorant because when they tell you about cancer, they exaggerate it. They tell you what to expect. Because once you're being talked about cancer, they have to do the opening up, knowing how far it has spread. Maybe trauma was panicked because it was when, people started saying stage 4, stage 4. I didn't necessarily know what to expect at that point. So maybe he was out of fright, he was out of anxiety, but nobody lied about anything. Absolutely not. Nobody would come and tell lies about such, previous sickness.
Let us talk about you shaving your hair. What led to that?
I tell you what to expect. Your hairs are going to fall.
So it's not like your hair was falling out.
No, I tell you what to expect. Your hair is going to be falling out. So
Okay, this is childish and this is a bit irritating, especially for the people who got emotionally caught up in this. They asked her now about the hair falling off. They said, why did you shave your hair? She said, well, I shaved it because they told me, they start to tell you what you expect. They would tell you to expect your hair to fall off. But it would shock you guys to know that that video Blessing did, she was pulling her hair off. Her hair was falling off. At least she told us that her hair was falling off. Let me play the video for you to see what I'm talking about.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
Okay. So I'm just going to call that intentional deception. She sat down there showing us that her hair was pulling off. Not only that, I'm still going to play the live stream where she verbally stated that her hair had started to fall off. But during this interview, when they asked her about her shaving her hair, why did you shave your hair? She said, well, because they told me that was one of the things you should expect when you have cancer. So I had to shave my hair. And that's not actually what happened. She shaved her hair because she said her hair had started to fall off, so she would have to shave her hair. And I'm going to play that live stream for you guys. But let's continue to follow the interview and just continue to pick out the discrepancies. Oh, the sound went off. Hold on.
No, they tell you what to expect. Your hair is going.
So it's not like your hair was falling out.
No, they tell you what
She
to
said
expect.
no. They said the man asked her, so it's not like your hair was falling out. She said no. They tell you what to expect. Meaning her hair was not falling out. She was telling him now that no, my hair was not falling out, but because they already tell you what you should expect, so I shaved my hair.
Your hair is going to be falling out, so it's better you prepare even beforehand.
So they told her that her hair would be falling out, so she prepared beforehand.
You know this point that you've not even started a journey, but I'm already tired. They said I'm supposed to start chemo. I have to lose my hair. I've not finished losing it because it's pulling out already. So I first of all need to lose this side of the braid. It's pulling out already, so I've not even had the strength to go to the salon for them to just lose it so that they can cut the hair. It's all falling off already.
You guys heard it. She told us that her hair had started to fall off. But during the interview, she said, no, my hair was not falling off. But they told me that, when you have cancer, you start to lose your hair or your hair will start to fall off. So it's better you prepare. So I was just preparing beforehand. So I decided to shave my hair. My hair was not falling off. But Blessing was showing us her hair in her hands. And she also said that her hair was falling off or had started to fall off. Intentional deception. Let's continue.
So I think people just enjoy, should I say, propaganda.
And this is the point that actually got me irritated when she started to gaslight. It's bad enough that you're out there. I don't want to use the word scamming now because we've not even reached there. I would like to play your voice before I would use the word scamming, but it's not, it's too early for that. But it's bad enough to turn on your camera and mislead people, make them believe you had been told you would go for chemo, you would have to start chemo. You guys heard her say it during that live stream on the 25th of March that they had told her that she would have to start chemo and that her hair had started to fall off. It's that was already bad enough and is bad enough. So for you to now come on a live interview and now blame people and call it propaganda like we are mad, like we are insane, like we are, you know, we don't know what we heard, we don't know what we saw during your live stream. Just because you think you've deleted it and people would not be able to have material to compare with your interview. It's a shame. The gaslighting got me irritated. This wasn't even someone remorseful, like, okay, maybe I overdid it, maybe I exaggerated, and people got scared for me. No, she was actually saying, well, it's propaganda, it's the people. And I'm like, hold on a minute. But let's continue to listen.
Joy, should I say propaganda?
Wow.
Through jobs and reading it into everything.
Throw jabs and read meanings to everything. But she practically told us she would go for chemo. She told us her hair was falling off. So, what meaning did we read to it? And she told us stage 4. But now she's blaming us for reading meaning. Do you guys see? Are you guys feeling what I'm feeling? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are you seeing the deception here? Are you seeing the mind game? Are you seeing the deceit? Are you seeing that something is not right somewhere? But we are still getting somewhere.
Maybe it was emotion running, but I didn't know what to expect.
So you are not sure it is stage 4 cancer. You are just saying you were emotional and just ran with your feelings. They also said another thing was said that you said a neurologist. You went to see a neurologist.
Well, I was looking about oncologist. Maybe
you goofed. But as someone that studied science in secondary school, you should know the difference. Have science background, science. Art, social science.
Okay, let me move to the
next. Malaria. So coming with this, it was overwhelming. I don't even like to take drugs. It was overwhelming. That was okay.
Okay, so J-Lo, did you hear her answer?
Yes, I heard her.
Are you satisfied with the answer?
Yes, to an extent.
Okay, to what extent are you not satisfied? I want you to be 100%. Ask her, drill her.
Yeah. The reason why, I'm not arguing why she have to. She said she was overwhelmed, which is very, very understandable. But in that video, she practically touched the hair as if the hair was already falling. So if you are expecting something, or if it is an anticipation, you shouldn't go to that extent. So I think you made mistake in that.
Ooh, that was a blatant lie. Now, this lady just asked her the exact same question we've been asking. We're not asking, we're just saying that she deceived. There is no question here that she deceived. The lady just told her, okay, if you were just anticipating that, okay, someday you would have to lose your hair anyway, so why not just shave it? If it was just based on anticipation, why then were you pulling off your hair? Or why was your hair falling off? Why did you take it that far, to that extent of, your hair falling off? You know what she said? She said, I was losing my hair, which she meant she was losing it. You know, when you have braids and you want to take out the braids. So during this interview, her defense was that she was she was taking out the braids, not that her hair was falling off. My head spinned. I was listening to this interview and I thought I was placed inside a movie. Like, no, this is not happening. This interview was done, if I'm not mistaken, on the 1st of April, but I would have to cross check. If someone can help me cross check quickly. And her live video was on the 25th of March. So I'm like, how are you going from my hair is falling off? I'm going to go for chemo. I have stage 4 cancer. How do you go from there to, oh no, my hair was not falling off? Oh, it's people exaggerating and propaganda. Oh. And I was just losing my hair, oh, as in taking my braids out. That, I don't want to start going too fast now because we are still going to several other places and I'm already in the mood to start spilling everything. But let's just continue to take it gradually so that you people will see all the errors, all the lies. I'll just say the lies that Blessing has told. Let's continue.
In that, I understand. Can you hear me out? I think you made a mistake by doing that.
Hold on, Jalo. She said she was. Were you losing your hair or loosening it?
She was loosening it at the same time, pulling the hair as if she was already losing the hair. I felt it that day. I mean, it's your speculation.
Ah! This is so wrong. Blessing CEO, you're not a good person. You are not a good person. You are a deceiver. You are a liar. And this is bad. She blatantly told that lady questioning her that it's your speculation. Guys, let me play that video for you again. For her to publicly, openly, shamelessly lie like this, gaslight the people that actually watched the live video, because her confidence comes from the fact that she has deleted the live video. And the woman was telling her that you were busy losing your hair, but you were also, or rather, you were busy losing your hair, but you were also showing that your hair was falling off. She said, no, it's your speculation. And I'm like, no, you cannot be like this. What kind of a human are you? What kind of a woman are you? How do you even want people to see you? You're about to get married. And if a man knows that you can tell lies like this, no man wants to trust a woman like this that would lie koro because in your mind, you have deleted the evidence. It's a shame, and an ugly shame at that. We haven't even gotten to that place where we would now ask, do we think she has cancer or not? We haven't gotten there. But this face we are analyzing now, already the lie is so clear. There is no doubt that Blessing came out during that live video to deceive. Her hair was already sliced, either with a razor blade or with a scissor or with a pair of scissors. Because from the video, you could see that her hair was really falling out of her scalp. You could see it. And that was not ordinary. She had prepped the hair to fall out like that, to make it believable that she was already losing her hair. I don't know if you guys understand. So it was all an act. She wasn't losing her hair medically. She had tampered with her hair. That's why she staged the whole show and put her fingers through the hair, and everything that she had prepared came out of her scalp. And it's a shame that someone confronted her during this interview about this, and she said, it's your speculation. What? I can never trust Blessing anymore. I can never. I'm not even judging her now based on the past lies she has told in her life earlier on in her career. I'm not even judging, because so many people are still judging her based on that, where she lied that a certain building was hers and she went in there and took pictures and she was like, this is my house, but it wasn't hers. You understand? So people are still judging her on that it was so believable. Everybody believed that it really was her project. So I'm not judging her on that. But you see this one, from henceforth, there is nothing this woman will bring out on social media that I would ever believe. Because the way she did it, it was so impeccable. She did it so perfectly well that I fell for it. I did. But this interview finished her. This interview was the expose that I needed. And it's a shame. And the biggest part of the shame is she was there gaslighting. That's a professional liar right there. Someone who knows how to lie. You know, some people just find themselves in tough situations that they just have to lie their way out of. This one is a career liar. Like, this is what she does for a living. That's how she's doing it. Not even scared that, oh my God, this woman confronting me already saw the live video. She's not even scared, or she was not scared. She was rather throwing the woman under the bus, telling the woman, no, it's propaganda, it's your speculation. And I'm like, what? But let's continue to listen.
It's your speculation. I was losing my hair. After losing my hair, I now cut it off.
Meaning she was taking out her, I believe some people don't know the difference between losing your hair and loosening your hair. So she was taking out her braids. But in the video, she told us that her hair was falling off and she was pulling chunks of her hair out easily. They were just coming off because she had pre-sliced the hair. It's a shame, a big fat shame. But we'll get to the bottom of this. From this interview, we got all the answers to questions that some people still have. You just need to read between the lines, listen to things said. And from this interview, I can promise you guys that I know exactly, and I might be wrong. Don't get it twisted. I might be wrong. But I can tell you for about 90%, I know why Blessing is doing this. But we'll get there and you will listen to that for yourself.
Okay, it's okay, that's fine. You've answered. So my
it's like, okay, you know what? It's okay, that's fine. But no, it's not fine. Would not be okay with that. Show her the video. So why did you say here that your hair had started to fall off and you were pulling it out and you were showing us chunks of your hair? Why did you do that? And I think that the Freeze did not watch that live stream. I don't think he watched it, but let's continue.
second question is, I think another reason why people were asking for this result, for the test.
Okay, let me.
You said you found a lump on your bee in July last year? Yes. Okay. And you said, at what point were you diagnosed with the big C? That was at January this year, early January.
Blessing, be accurate with your dates. This is a lawyer asking you questions, so remember your dates properly.
Yes, early January this year.
So let me give us a backstory to this, just in case, because I've watched the entire interview. Maybe some of you haven't, so you might be getting a bit confused about what's going on here. So they brought up a lawyer to interrogate Blessing during the live stream. So they asked her, when or how did all of this happen? So she said, or she explained that July last year, 2025, she discovered she had a lump in her left boob, yeah? And then she went for a test and they saw that there was a lump then, but that it wasn't cancerous. It was not harmful. It was just a lump. And if she wanted, she could take it out. And she said, okay, you know what, since it's not harmful, I'm just going to wait. And when I'm ready, because I'm really busy now with different projects, when I'm ready, I'll come so that it can be taken out. Yeah. So January this year, early January 2026, 6 months after she went for that test, she went back and she said she was ready to get rid of the lump. So they said, okay, we'd have to see the condition of the lump, you know. So when they did, they discovered that it had become cancerous. Yeah, it was no longer harmless. Yeah, so meaning Blessing found out about cancer since January, early January, 3 months ago. So what made Blessing come on social media, on Facebook in March, on the 25th of March, 2026, to be wailing and crying as if she had just heard the news on that morning? So for 2 months, what did she do in those 2 months? She didn't come out to say anything. She was just going about her business. She knew she had cancer. Let's just now assume with her that she has cancer. She knew since the beginning of the year cancer. But the way she came out in March to dramatize the whole thing and now claiming ignorance. So all these 2 months, 3 months, you've not studied about cancer. You've not learned more. What have you been doing in these months? Why haven't you had the surgery? In like 3 months, you're walking about with cancer. Since January, you didn't do it throughout January. You didn't do it in February. And then towards the end of March, you came live and you were crying and crying and crying. For us to do what for you? For us to do what for you? And that is what will bring me to why I believe Blessing is doing what she's doing. Let's continue to listen.
Okay. Okay, so when you found out, what was the first thing you did? Maybe when I found out it was serious? Yes. What was the first thing you did medically? Medically, I was preparing because they had told me what to expect. Preparing, right? What? Like I said, you were preparing. What do you call that again?
The mastectomy, removing the
mastectomy. Yes. So it was to check how far it has traveled from the left. Because I think it was the left that was affected, so they needed to check with the right and check how far. Okay, so that was what I was trying to prepare for. When was the time?
I remember you have 2 minutes, so
that's fine.
Put your questions together.
What was the time for the mastectomy? When is the proposed time? Yes. The proposed time was around, I think last week. Last week, yes. But because of this, that was when we get how much?
Okay, this is the time I'm going to go check the Freeze did his video, because she said last week was when she was supposed to do the surgery to remove her breast. So last week from when they did this interview. I don't know if someone already put it in the comments, but let me just quickly check the comments in case so that I don't need to search. I don't see it quickly, so I'm just going to go to Daddy Freeze and check the date that he did that interview with her. It was 2 days ago. 2 days ago, and okay, he was live 3 days ago. Okay, this is it, because he posted some videos about it 2 days ago, but he was live. This is what we need. That live stream was 3 days ago on the 1st of April, right? So guys, here is here is what I believe is going on. They asked her, when you heard this diagnosis in January, what have you done medically between January and now? Says she has been preparing. They said, preparing for what? She said, for the mastectomy. Okay. When were you supposed to do the mastectomy? That's the removal of the breast, not even the lump, the whole breast. When were you supposed to do it? She said, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. Me, I would not think. Oh, I would not think. Because if you've been booked for a surgery, the date is not something you will be thinking maybe last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. Those are dates that are imprinted in your brain. But okay, we are all different, different strokes for different folks. No problem. So she said she was booked to do that surgery last week. And this interview or this question was asked on the 1st of April. Now, last week would be on the 24th of. And remember, Blessing came live on the 25th of March crying about cancer. So, Blessing, why didn't you do that surgery last week? Why? The week you came out crying, water and why didn't you do that surgery? Should I tell you what I believe strongly is going on here? I would have waited till you guys hear everything before I say it, but let me just say it so that we can continue to move smoothly into the story. Why I strongly believed all of this is happening is this. I believe that possibly Blessing has a lump in her breast or saw a lump in her breast, whether cancerous, whether not cancerous. We'll get to that. But I believe there is something. There is no smoke without fire. I think that, yes, maybe she saw something. And I believe that maybe they told her they were going to remove the lump or they were going of surgery. I still believe to that extent. And what I also strongly believed is when time to do the surgery, Blessing could not pay. That's what I believe. Because the proposed time she told us during that live interview, that was also the time she came out crying and putting out her account number. So I think the time for surgery was here. Blessing didn't have money to do her surgery. That's why she made it a public spectacle. That's really what I'm thinking, what I'm leaning towards. But let's continue to unravel, some deeper things or deeper parts of this story.
You need cost of this. That was when Daddy Fish say, let's get how much do you need to have taken it out? There was no particular amount said.
That is another big fat lie. How are you booked for a surgery without knowing the costs of it, especially in Nigeria, where, even abroad here, you might actually not know because your insurance will cover everything. Your costs, your medical costs are covered. But in Nigeria, where you have to dip your hands into your pocket and pay that money, the moment they give you the result of that test, they will tell you, okay, if they told her that, okay, you know what, we are going to remove the lump, we are going to possibly remove your breast, and we are going to check how far the thing has spread, okay, and we are going to book you for the surgery 3rd week of March. There is no way they will not talk about money, what it would cost her. There is no way. And that's the question they asked during this live interview. How much? She said nothing. Let's listen to how she answered that question.
To have taken it out. Now, how much do you need to have taken it out? There was no particular amount said.
She said there was no particular amount said. So they just booked you for a surgery. You knew you were going to go for surgery 3rd week of March. You were ready to go for surgery, but you didn't know how much it would cost you.
It was like
come in here, Belinda, because
So this part of Daddy Freeze is the part that me I don't understand. Daddy Freeze now became the spokesperson for Blessing CEO. 9-year-old Blessing CEO that no longer understands simple English and simple questions regarding her own personal health. I didn't understand what Daddy Freeze was doing. Blessing CEO that is very vocal, that everybody knows that she strikes people as being quite intelligent, and all of a sudden, but this is not cancer of the brain, right? Right? All of a sudden, Blessing is not understanding, Blessing is not knowing, Blessing is not this. That the CEO was telling us, this Blessing, this blogger, this analyst, not me, the Blessing CEO that would come out and dissect social matters and, give her own thoughts on things. And all of a sudden, Blessing CEO, they are helping her to explain and re-explain simple questions. And that part, I wasn't sure what that the freeze was doing and why he was doing that. But let's continue.
there was no particular amount set because it was like
let me come in here, Belinda, because Blessing does not really understand these questions.
Like how?
So, sorry, I'm answering on her behalf.
No, you should be sorry.
I suggested to her that
You should be sorry that you are helping someone answer the question of how much is this surgery that you've been preparing for going to cost? And suddenly she doesn't understand how much, or what exactly doesn't she understand? How has Blessing been preparing for surgery for 2 months without knowing what the surgery would cost her? It's not making sense. It's not adding up. But let's continue to listen.
Blessing, you have not answered Belinda's question. Blessing, you have not answered Belinda's question. Belinda is asking, if you were not sure, why did you proceed to go ahead and ask for money from the public?
I needed money for the surgery.
We were not sure you were going to do surgery.
I have not been told. Yeah. I'm sorry,
So Blessing lost consistency. One moment she said she was booked to have a mastectomy in March. Next moment, Blessing is saying she had not been told that she would have surgery. They hadn't told her. So she lost it. She was cross-examined and she failed that cross-examination. She failed it, like she fell flat on her face. She failed it woefully. Suddenly, she had not been told anymore. They didn't tell her anymore that she would have surgery, because they asked her, okay, how, because I cut out, sorry guys, I had to, fast forward. They asked her eventually, okay, so why did you put out your account details if you were not sure what they would do? Because it got to a point where she said, oh, she didn't even know if they would do this. They just wanted to check if it had spread. They wanted to do this, and then maybe this. And then, okay, why did you then? What money are you raising? How much are you raising? Why are you doing it? She said, okay, let me just play so that.
I have not been told. Yeah. I'm sorry, the question I asked you is how much you need for the surgery. I said you don't know. So how then are you asking for money when you do not know how much it will cost? And that was the reason why I didn't put a specific amount to the public.
So they told you would have surgery, and you didn't ask your doctor, your oncologist, whatever, how much that surgery would cost you. But you came out and asked people money. So what if people donated 1 billion naira? You would not tell them, oh, this is too much, or oh, this is not enough. You don't even know how much you needed. So this girl, there's just something There is just something. But let's continue to
And
peel.
1 million, 2 million, 3 million.
She said because she didn't mention. So she was ready to collect 10 billion naira.
I didn't say I needed 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. I didn't say anything. I only asked for help.
So all the money should just be entering. No matter how much, let them just continue donating, donating. There is no maximum. Eh? That means you just want people to just be dashing you money. Because if you need help, you know what help you need. You know how much money you need. You know your target. You know your goal. And the moment you have reached that goal, what do? Integrity demands that you let people know that, guys, I appreciate you. The money that is required for that surgery is now complete. We are ready to go. We thank you. If you still want to, support, by all means. But now, but she just left it open. Let them just, it would be endless. It would be like dumping money into a bottomless pit. Just continue donating, 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 no matter how much. No, 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 no.
Go ahead, I was listening to you.
1 minute more. Belinda, we need the doctor in the house.
Like I said, it wasn't even an idea. It was a blessing. I hear you.
Now, before you go, your time is up anyway, but I'm just going to tell you a few things. Blessing, you owe it to the public. You owe the public an apology for raising money when you are not sure of what you needed the money for. I think.
And I'm going to say that an apology is not sufficient. It's not about an apology now. No, this whole case is not clear. This whole case is not clear, and they need to get back to the root of it to understand how the money even came about in the first place. An apology is not just going to wipe off everything that went wrong and the money will still be with her. No, 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 no. It doesn't work that way. People always rely on apologies and just believe apologies will make everything right. No, you go back to the root of it. You've not done it well. Let's redo it. Let's continue.
Belinda is, I'm not sure, I can't speak on behalf of Belinda. Hey, God. Thank God. I've never seen cop fall at this level and not break. So, I've not. Where was I? I was somewhere before the cop fell. I'm so glad it didn't break.
You were saying she should apologize to the public.
She should apologize for the public because it looks like you came without understanding the situation. You rushed too quickly to the public.
The thing is, she came to the public 2 months after her diagnosis. Almost 3 months after her diagnosis. So there is something fishy somewhere. She didn't come too fast. No, 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 no. She already knew about this since January, first week of January. So she came out and told us about it on the 25th of February, of March, sorry. And on that same day, she brought out her account details. On that same day that she made this announcement, her account details flew out. So what's the apology for?
To raise for funds, to raise funds. And I think that you should apologize to the public. Now, from my understanding of cancer, if there is even stage 2 breast cancer, there will be a mastectomy done. There will be a mastectomy done unless Blessing refuses it. So, you see, when somebody doesn't understand...
No, ignorance is not an excuse. Ignorance is not an excuse. Blessing has known about this for almost 3 months. So what has she been doing with her time, with her life in almost 3 months? Go back to Blessing's page or pages or social media accounts. Blessing has been living her normal life. And I'm not saying you should go and buy yourself that you just received such a diagnosis. But now saying, oh, ignorance, oh, she didn't understand, she doesn't understand. No, 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 no. If her life is that important to her, 3 months is more than enough to understand, to study what is wrong with your body, to ask questions, to go back to the oncologist, no, this is so weak. I am disappointed in Daddy Freeze. His defense of Blessing is lame and unnecessary. She's not a baby. She's a woman dealing with cancer, allegedly. And you're telling me, oh, she doesn't know, she doesn't understand. 3 months later? What? But she understands how to beg for money. She understands how to pull off her hair. She understands chemo, that she needs chemo. She understands stage 4. Why didn't she say stage 1? No. Why didn't she choose stage 1? All of a sudden, she knows there's something like stage 4, the worst of it all. Let's not do like this. Let's not play like this. Let's not do this. Let's continue.
Hold on. What I'm saying is, they will not just jump into biopsy. I think
So they brought in a nurse.
Did you have
CT or a biopsy?
Correct. So hold on. What I'm saying is, they will not just jump into biopsy. Did you have any imaging tests prior to this biopsy? That's one. Okay, so if the doctor said a biopsy, how did they do this biopsy? Can you explain to me how they did this biopsy, what they did? Okay. Let me explain to you as a layman. The biopsy, when they ask you for it, I think they inserted product.
Let's see what a biopsy is. Let's listen.
This test is the breast cancer biopsy is the procedure doctors use to find out if a lump in the breast is cancerous. It usually starts with imaging, like an ultrasound or mammogram, to guide the exact spot. Once the area is located, the skin is cleaned. Anesthesia. Then, a special needle is inserted into the suspicious tissue. In most cases, it's a core needle biopsy, which removes small cylinders of tissue from the lump. Sometimes a vacuum-assisted needle or even a surgical biopsy is used if more tissue. The sample is sent to a lab where a pathologist checks it under a microscope for cancer cells. The whole procedure usually takes less than 30 minutes and doesn't require stitches. You might feel pressure, but not pain. This test is the key to diagnosing breast cancer early, and catching it at the right time can save your life.
So basically, a biopsy is just to check whether there is cancer there or no cancer there. That's it. They will pull out some of the tissue from the lump or from whichever area they are suspecting there might be cancer or cancer cells, and they would go and test that tissue for cancer or no cancer. So let's hear how she describes the procedure went. I hope it's this one.
No particular amount.
No, not this one. Let me see. Is it this one?
Blessing, you have not answered.
No, not this one.
Now, before you go,
No, not this one. I think it's this one. Yeah.
Just jump into biopsy. If the doctor said a biopsy, how did they do this biopsy? Can you explain to me how they did this biopsy, what they did? Okay. Let me explain to you as a layman. The biopsy, when they ask you for it, I think they inserted product. Something? I don't know. They inserted what? Where? I don't know what it is. It's in your body.
she's asking a question. What did they insert and where did they insert it? Did they insert it inside your VJ? Did they insert it inside your mouth?
On the, I think around the place or something. Where? This is a breast. Where? Where exactly? I think it was around where. Was it in your nipple, straight to your nipple? Or was it by the side? I think it was around. Were you awake? Yes, I was awake. You were awake. There was no pain. It was painful, but not severe pain. They didn't give you anything. Anything how? Like to help with the pain, for you not to feel pain. It wasn't severe.
That's not the answer to the question. Did they give you anything to help with the pain? Is it Anastasia they call it? That sounds like a girl's name, anyways. Do you understand? But she's dodging the question. Did they give you anything? She didn't answer. She just said it wasn't severe. That's not the question. But anyways.
This lump is not painful. Okay. It's not painful. It's just you're feeling something. Sometimes it just walks. Okay, so that's not. I have a problem that there was no imaging done, and you were moved quickly to start doing a biopsy. Because I think the first thing that should be done is something like a mammogram, at least. I didn't do that. Actually, so I have a problem with that. And then the biopsy. I think the first thing again, okay, some people can actually go that route, to check if it's cancerous. So when when the doctor told you that you had, it's cancerous, please can you just tell us how that was like relayed to you? That's what I want to explain. So let me explain. After the biopsy was done, because I think everybody have different. When did you have this biopsy? Okay, I noticed the lump last year, July. July, okay. Yes, when did you do the biopsy? I think about 2 weeks. It came out. It took about 2-3 weeks before the biopsy came out. I don't have the exact date, so let me not. Because I remember in one of your videos, you said that you did the first biopsy and then you went something, and you did a second biopsy. You're not allowing me to talk. Okay, sorry. Let me see. Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking like this. Yeah, you're fast forward. Let me explain. Let me take you one step at a time. Yes. All to be clear because it's not. Yes. Let me explain. It's my story. Let me explain. I'm not going to start lying about medical conditions. I went July. It was like after the biopsy. It was not cancerous. After the biopsy, it was not cancerous. Yes,
that means it was a benign lump.
I don't know what they call it, but it was not cancerous. So I now told the doctor, I am not ready to take out the lump because I have a lot going on with me. Right? Can I take time? He said, okay. And that was where a lot of my friends were blaming me that you don't leave a lump. As soon as you see the lump, you take it out. A lump is not supposed to be on your boobs. Blames from friends. Because I told him I don't want to come to the hospital. He said, okay, since it's not cancer, I allowed it. Went about my normal business. Early January this year, went back to the doctor and said, okay, I am ready. Let's take out the lump. He now said, we now have to do another biopsy. We're not going to use the one we used July. Right. I ran another biopsy. It was that biopsy that now says it is now serious. Okay. But sorry, let me say something. The first time before they took the biopsy, they have already told you that it's either it comes out cancerous or not cancerous. OJ, please, if you're a real medical doctor, can you please send
Now, let me also tell you something. And Blessing is here. When Blessing first told me that she got this diagnosis in Nugu, I was reluctant. And I told Blessing to come to Lagos. Blessing said she doesn't have flight money. That was before.
Right. Now, you guys are hearing. Everything Blessing is doing on social media is motivated by money and finances. Blessing is broke. Blessing needs money. Again, don't get me wrong. Possibly Blessing has something. Possibly Blessing has a lump, whether cancerous or not. She possibly has something, okay, that she needs to get treated or removed. But Blessing primarily is broke. She doesn't have money. So it's looking like she's now using this as an excuse to collect extra money from people instead of her to just come out plainly like, guys, this is what I have. I know what I have. I know what needs to be done, but I don't have the money for it. I need help. She now had to come out and over exaggerate it, lie actually. She made it look like she was dying just for people to give their all to her. Blessing told Daddy Freeze that she didn't even have flight money from Enugu to Lagos, which cannot be more than 200,000 naira. That's like what, $150. So, but let's allow him to finish talking before I analyze the rest of it. Just listen. So you will see where all of this might be coming from and going to.
I was reluctant. When Blessing first told me that she got this diagnosis in Enugu, reluctant. And I told Blessing to come to Lagos. Blessing said she doesn't have flight money. That was before she raised money from the public.
So before she went on social media to talk about this, she had already called Daddy Freeze to inform him. Okay.
Willing to cover her flight.
And he was willing to cover her flight. She didn't have money, but he was willing to pay. Okay.
Lagos. Blessing said she doesn't have flight money. That was before she raised money from the public. I was willing to cover her flight. I said, Blessing, come to Lagos. At least the basic early stage. I even talked to some oncologists that were ready to at least help for free. Then Blessing went to raise money.
Right.
You understand? So from my experience with Blessing, I think she herself did not have too much this particular period.
In other words, Blessing is broke at the moment. This is another reason why I believe Blessing is just using people to collect money from them. She's just using her predicament at the moment, which might not even be as bad as she's trying to make it look. She's using it as an excuse now or as an avenue. Something unfortunate, she's now using it to benefit herself, to enrich herself, which is wicked, which is bad. Blessing is broke. Blessing doesn't have money for surgery. Going by what I just heard now. If truly Blessing is all out to get help, to get surgery, this man offered that, look, I'm going to pay your flight, and I've talked to some oncologists that are willing to do it for free. Just come to Lagos. Blessing did not go to Lagos. So Blessing ran to social media to beg for money. Blessing did not go to Lagos. So the same money, the same flight money or the surgery money that they already assured you that they would cover, they would help you, you didn't want that one. You wanted actual money from the public. Maybe Daddy Freeze wasn't going to put all the money in her bank account, so she wasn't interested in that one. She wanted the cash to be flowing into her. Blessing just needs money, but not for this thing. Well, maybe she also needs money for this thing, but she's just broke. If you don't have money for flight from Enugu to Lagos, how will you have money for surgery? How will you have money for mastectomy? And that is why Blessing came out in public to be pulling her hair, to be saying stage 4. Blessing knows she doesn't have stage 4. She knew even before she went live that she did not have stage 4. She just knew that she didn't have money. So she needed to say it's so bad. Blessing didn't have money. So she didn't have money for that surgery that they booked her to do in March. She didn't have the money. That's why she came on social media in March. She didn't come out to cry in January when she received the report or the news. She didn't come out to cry in February. It was March when she was supposed to go for surgery. She started to cry because she didn't raise enough money on her own.
So, what I believe in, I trust may cure. I keep saying,
Okay. Let me, before I play some videos that she did after she shaved her hair, on that same day she shaved her hair, and the next day I'll play those videos now. But before I do, just for the people that just joined, let me play those initial videos when she made the public announcement about her cancer. So, welcome to everybody. We are still talking about Blessing CEO.
You know this point that you've not even started a journey, but I'm already tired. They said I'm supposed to start chemo. I have to lose my hair. I've not finished losing it because it's pulling out already. So, first of all, need to lose the side of the braid. It's pulling out already. So, I've not even had the strength to go to the salon for them to just lose it so that they can cut the hair. It's all falling off already.
Okay.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
Right. Okay. Now we are going to just continue to play the video she did after she cut her hair on the same day. Listen.
And I'm popularly known as Blessing CEO. I've been diagnosed with breast cancer. At this point, an urgent surgery is needed for amputation to stop the spread or to know how far the spread have gone. If you're taking off one of the boobs or both of it, trust me, it was a very hard decision to come here. Kirika.
So you guys just heard when the lawyer was interrogating her about, okay, so what exactly are you raising money for? She said they haven't, stated exactly, because she was jumping between mastectomy and, oh, it's not certain. It's not, they just want to check. She just effed up during that interview. She nailed herself during that interview, because these videos I'm playing now are the videos she did like a week before the interview, where she was trying to dramatize, guys, this is my account number, and this will happen, the mastectomy, they will cut off. Did she even say mastectomy in this video? Let me see.
I've been diagnosed with breast cancer. At this point, an urgent surgery is needed for amputation.
Okay, she said amputation.
To stop the spread or to know how far the spread have gone.
And they didn't tell you how much.
One of the boobs,
they didn't tell you how much it would cost you. They just said come for surgery. Really? And you don't know how much surgery would cost you. You don't know if you can afford it. According to her, because they asked her during that interview, so how much do you need? She said she knows she needs money. That's why she didn't even put a certain amount, because she doesn't know. She doesn't have a certain amount. But there is no way. That's another lie. There is no way you are going for surgery and you don't know, especially in Nigeria, you don't know what that surgery would cost you. And then you are raising money for that surgery. So how are you sure that the money you are raising will be enough for that surgery? And then the next day, that's on the 26th of March, she did this video I'm going to play now.
They took me for, is it biopsies or whatever? It came out after 2 to 3 weeks, and the doctor said it wasn't cancerous. So I told him I didn't want to remove the lump as of then because I had a lot going on with me. So he said, fine, anytime I'm ready. So when I was ready, as of ending January, I went, and the doctor said we have to not do it.
Now it's ending January. Or let me say on the 26th of March, she said she went for the second biopsy ending January or towards the end of January. But during the interview with Daddy Freeze, she said it was the first week of January. You know, things that concern your life like this, it's funny that, I don't know, that she's mixing dates. It's like your wedding day. Because the way she told us that her life was over, that she was going to die. So if you can remember your wedding date, or the day you gave birth to, or the day you fell in love, or how will you not remember when you got the diagnosis, or when you went to the hospital for a checkup? One moment you're saying first week, beginning of January, another video towards the end of January. Auntie, are you sure this thing is really paining you? Are you sure you are really affected by this thing? The way you came and pulled out your hair, crying like you were dying.
Fine, anytime I'm ready. So when I was ready, as of ending January, I went. And the doctor said we have to now do another, biopsy. We can't use the previous one. We did another one, and the test came out, and they said it was, cancerous already. Like it has. We did another one, and the test came out, and they said it was, cancerous already. Like it has spread.
Blessing. In fact, at this point, she should just be ashamed of herself. The only sad thing is that liars have no shame. That's the only sad thing. Liars will be devising new lies. They will not take that time to reflect and say, okay, enough is enough. No, they will be using the time they have now to be thinking about ways to sneak out of the lies they told before and people caught them in, and to generate new ones. When she did these first videos, these ones that I'm playing now, she didn't know that everything would blow out like this. She was still begging for money. Guys, they told me the thing has spread. She already confirmed that they already told her that this cancerous lump has spread. But 3 days ago, during the interview, she said they don't know. It's when they go for the surgery, they will now check how far the thing has spread, or if it has spread, they will check if it has spread. You guys just heard that interview because the lawyer kept probing her on, okay, what exactly is going on? She said, yeah, during the interview, during the surgery, they will check if it has spread. Although the plan for now is mastectomy to just remove the left breast, and then afterwards they are going to check if it has gone to other places before they will know. That was 3 days ago. But a week ago, she was already telling us that the thing don't spread though, so I need money, oh, it's urgent, oh. So if it's so urgent, why did they wait for almost 3 months for you to come on social media to cry? Why didn't they do it a week later? Like, oh, this is urgent. Let's do it immediately. First week of February. Let's do this thing. Nothing. Up till now, Blessing has not done surgery. And they said it's urgent. At least that's what she told us when she was begging for money, when she brought out her account details. Okay, let's continue.
Spread.
Wow.
You know,
They told you it has spread.
yes, spread. To the left moves. So we are trying to do an amputation. We're trying to do an amputation, and the doctor is not guaranteeing anything until they open you up and know if the other side of your breast is affected, or I don't know the medical terms that they get to do.
Because you are lying. You don't need to know the medical terms. All you need to know or to have is understanding of what is happening. You don't need to know. You are not a doctor. Nobody's going to query you for not knowing the medical terms. But you just said the whole thing has spread now. But then they still wait, just listen, guys.
Until the doctor is not guaranteeing anything until they open you up and know if the other side of your breast is affected, or I don't know the medical terms that they get it.
So it has spread, but they don't know if it is affected. Okay.
So please, I'm going to still put out my account number. I want to be able to raise substantial amount of money before.
Substantial. Why substantial? How do you know the surgery would require a substantial amount of money? How? Since they didn't specify, since you were not aware of even the amount, because they asked you during that interview how much. You said you didn't know, but you knew you would need money. So you didn't specify when you were begging for money. Okay? But a week ago, you were saying you needed a substantial amount. What is substantial to you? What was your aim? What was your goal, financial goal with the did you have in mind as substantial? 1 billion naira, 10 billion naira, 1 million naira? So that tells me that Blessing knows more than she told us. She knows exactly how much she needs. That's what I strongly believe. She knows exactly which stage possibly that she has. She knows exactly what is needed, what they need to do medically or surgically. She knows. And she knows how much she needs.
There's no because there's no certainty, there's no clarity, right? They are not telling me, okay, see what you need to do. It's just let's open you up, and even though if the whole is overwhelming.
So now there's no certainty. They just want to open you up. Let's just open you up and know what's up. So it's no longer, we are sure we are going to remove the left breast now. They just want to open you up. Wow. I need to meet that doctor that told her this. She's now lying to me. Now she's lying on those doctors. No way a medical professional would give you results like this and not explain or give you information or resources that you'd need to be well informed and equipped. Okay, I see that people are trying to join. Let me see. Should we finish playing? Okay, just give me 1 minute. Let me finish playing this, and then I'll bring you up so you guys can tell me what you have in mind. I want to hear from you guys, but let me just play the rest of this and just give me 1 minute, guys.
Thank you so much for your support. If it touches you to just contribute, no matter how little, I'll be very, very grateful so that I can quickly.
Yeah, so you can quickly gather money and have some money in your account. Where is your husband to be? And not to drag him, or no. And I'm not saying he must be on social media also talking about her cancer. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that before this whole cancer announcement, they've been displaying him all over the place. All of a sudden, cancer is here. They are now hiding Oga so that let them not be seeing your face. So because there is this effect it has on people when a woman is vulnerable and she's just alone and crying and in need. But when they see an Oga, they see an Odogu beside you, people might feel a little sense of reluctance. So I think it's all strategy. All of a sudden, we are not seeing Oga. I'm not saying he must foot all the bills. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying because you have a husband, then you shouldn't be able to ask for help. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, why all of a sudden someone you've always had or mostly always had in your content, suddenly he has vanished. You people are not showing him anymore. Blessing, you two do this one. Oh. You really planned this one well. 30 more seconds, guys, and I'll bring you up.
Because the more we delay, the more it spreads in my head. But it is what it is because the more we delay, the more it spreads.
The more we delay, the more it spreads. Auntie, you have been sitting down on top of your cancer report for almost 3 months. You didn't feel any sense of delay. Since January. And you are now telling us the more we delay, the more it will spread. It's now you are putting fire in our hands. You guys will come and donate. Oh, don't waste time. Oh, what have you been doing for 2 months? You've been looking for money up and down. Blessing, you are not being honest. You're not putting pressure on people. Guys, donate. Whatever you have is not too small because the more we delay, the more it will spread. And for 3 months, you've not done this surgery. Blessing. You go and plan you because me, I've entered this matter. I don't like deception. And I don't like people who think they are too smart and they are just out there to collect other people's money by trick and by lies. And now you're using something as serious as cancer. For you, this is an opportunity to make money. Again, she might actually have something, but now she's exploiting whatever she might have. People will give you their money, but will they give you their prayers with the way you are going about this money thing? This is now a business model for you. It's unfortunate. Money is not everything. But let's listen.
The more it spreads. Cancer can spread.
Can you imagine?
The more we delay, the more it spreads. Cancer can spread within weeks.
Can you imagine?
Months. Please, guys.
Can you imagine? Cancer can spread within weeks, months. And you've not done anything in almost 3 months. It's a shame, Blessing. Enter house. Already. Enter house. And just enter house. And not to diss her, but Blessing, just a few years ago, she went and got herself her BBL. And this is not only for her, but for young girls, especially in Nigeria, where there is no security, they don't have insurance. You have money. Instead of you to save for rainy days, put money aside. You people will be buying yash. You people will be doing lipo. Just whether 4 years ago here, Blessing had money to do BBL. If she had put that money aside for anything, any emergency like this, wouldn't it have been better for her life? that she has to come and bring her shame online to be telling Daddy Freeze that she doesn't even have money to buy a flight ticket from Enugu to Lagos. Misplaced priorities kills people. Ignorance, because people invest in how they look more than in their health and in their lives. But let me bring up the people that are here. But let me bring up the people.
Very, very grateful. I love you guys.
Ladies, welcome. Thank you for joining. So if there are other people here, you want to say something, you want to join the live stream, there is a link in the caption of this, in the description somewhere on YouTube. Go ahead, click on that link, and you can let us hear your voice about this matter. So I have 3 ladies here who want to say something. Let me allow Vicky to talk first, and then I'll let Sister N talk, and finally I'll let Sister A talk, just in the order that I see their names here. Yeah? Okay. Vicky, go ahead.
Hey guys. All
Hi.
right. This is the thing. Blessing, the whole thing of comes out. What happened was somebody hired Blessing as a model. And that person have a cancer. And Blessing is know that this woman have cancer and what she's going through. So she called this woman a month later, I believe, and she told the woman that I went to the hospital and they found lumps on my breast. They told me it was cancer. Could you please send me your results so that I can compare with my result? So now the woman sent, Blessing her result. And Blessing went
Sis,
and
I
removed.
think we can hear some sound behind you. So maybe you have something on. Is that
No,
correct?
no.
Or maybe someone else. Can you other ladies mute? We are hearing the video. Let me see. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. If it's not you, just go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead, Vicky.
so Blessing removed the woman's name and she put her name. And when this happened, the woman's family was very pissed. And Blessing took her boyfriend, IVM or whatever his name is, to the woman's family, and she was begging the family. And the family said, no, the only way we are going to forgive you is when you come out and tell social media that you fudged the whole thing and this whole story is a lie. And Blessing refused. When I was watching Daddy Freeze brought the woman's brother on life.
Hmm.
And another guy named Chidi, Mike. He's a car dealer here in Maryland. Yeah, Maryland, here
Hmm.
in America. He's a car dealer. So there's the guy family that sent this Chidi all the information, proof that Blessing came begging for the apologizing, how Blessing fudged, her signature, everything. So Blessing was on live with Daddy Freeze, telling the guy, "No, you can take me to court. You can take me to court." The guy said, "You came to beg my family. The only way we will forgive you, you have to apologize." Well, Blessing was running her mouth on Daddy Freeze show. So Daddy Freeze asked the guy, "Could you give us a little evidence that Blessing actually did all this?" Then the guy said, "The way Blessing is going right now, he's not going to show any proof. She's already threatened him, talking about, let's see in court." And the guy said, "Okay, we're going to see in court." So the latest that I've heard, they filed a lawsuit on Friday.
Okay. The reason I left that part out of my analysis is because number one, there is no evidence out there about these things you just mentioned. They've said it verbally. Nothing was put out. The guy even said that they had sent Chidi, CMC. They had sent him the letter, letter from the lawyer, but they didn't send Blessing. Is it Chidi they are suing or Blessing? You have to
Yeah,
serve the
suing.
person in question. So how come Blessing doesn't have a copy of a letter from their lawyer, family lawyer, but Chidi has a copy? It's
I
looking
don't
unprofessional to me. It's
know.
looking like something. So I don't even want to hang
I just
on to
sent
that.
you a video, Blessing. I just sent you a video. And Chidi
Yeah,
have
I'll
all
take a look.
he
Mhm.
went live. He went live and he showed the proof. The original
Which proof?
uh, the original medical record of the girl, her client,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
also
yeah,
the
yeah. I
one,
know.
and
Mhm.
also the one Blessing Fudge. I sent you that
Yeah, but
video.
how can
Just
we
watch the
prove?
video.
I will watch it, which I think I have actually watched it. But how can we prove that Blessing forged it? Blessing didn't post that thing on her page. How can we prove it? How can we link it to her that she did it? Someone else
Okay.
could have done it.
Now the family said Blessing paid somebody to post that. This whole thing is going on all over. Yeah, Chidi side of the story. He have every proof on his phone, and the family have served her. Yeah, court papers. I watched, Daddy Free Second Show. I don't know if you watched the other one where the guy that his
Brother.
sister was the cancer
Yeah,
was
I
on
will.
life.
Hmm.
Chidi was on life,
Yeah,
and
I watched it. He
the
didn't
family
serve her. They
sent
didn't serve
Chidi.
her.
Yeah, the family sent Chidi all the proof because they told her to tell
Yeah,
the truth. But she said she would
yeah.
not. So they sent Chidi the proof, everything that they were talking about. And then,
Well,
yeah.
we'll just wait for them to serve her and for them to
Mm,
go to court. I would love to follow that up. And once
oh,
that progresses, then we can start to include that. But for now, everything is looking sketchy. Even Chidi mentioned, oh, even today you were in Asaba. But Daddy Freeze was like, I can say for 100% that Blessing is not in Asaba today. Maybe 2 days ago, fine, but today, but because they were saying even today, Blessing was there with their family begging. Daddy Freeze said, no, I can confirm that Blessing is not in Asaba today. So let's just say, okay, it's her word against theirs. Let them serve her, not sending lawyers letter to CMC. No, let them serve her. Let them find her address, serve her the way it should be done, and let them go to court. Then we will start to follow up. We'll start to maybe see the evidence they have, because right now we haven't heard anything. They said they've sent it to CMC. CMC was begging the brother, just let us hear her voice, just 1 second of her voice, begging. He said he wouldn't share anything. The only thing he wanted to share was Blessing's mobile number. And Blessing was like, no, you can get my mobile number anyway, which is true. Blessing does business with brands. Anybody can actually, friends, haters can actually have Blessing's number. So that's not evidence that Blessing called his family. People have my number, so will they prove now, oh, I have Blessing's number, Blessing me, I mean me now, oh, Agama or whatever called me, I have a number, look at her number? No, that's not evidence enough. So that's just why I left that part. I know this entire story, but I just left that part until that evidence that they have starts to come out, if you
okay.
understand.
Well, I did send you the video. If you have time, go and look at it. Chidi have come out and exposed the whole thing. He did a live video also, and also he posts show people the proof on his phone. So I guess we're just gonna wait till the serve. Listen.
Okay, all right, sis, thanks.
Mm.
Okay, let's move on to our next sister. N, go ahead, lady.
Yes, Blessing. Hello, how are you doing? Hello, the ladies in the chat. How's everybody doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm
Yeah.
doing fine. Well,
Okay, excellent. Greetings to my other sisters on the floor here. Blessing, if you now I don't know how to distinguish between you and the other Blessing, but if you recall during your other live the other day, I did mention that I became aware of this story from your page. Because I mean you're somebody that I've come to realize that you speak facts and you look into things before talking about them. So I woke up, I think it was a Wednesday morning or so, and I saw that on my feed on my YouTube. I'm like, okay. So I listened. I think it was about 10 minutes or 20, 15, or I'm not sure how long.
yeah.
Listen to it. And before I could even complete that video, I could already tell that Blessing was being untruthful. The
How
very
were you able to tell?
the very first thing that piqued my interest, she first started off, she said that a lump was she called it diagnosed or whatever, which she may not
Diagnosed.
be the hardest person in the room, but Blessing is somebody who is very intentional in what she does. So it was intentional, her pronouncing it that way. Anyway, that's by the way. She said she had noticed a lump in her breast, but she got busy with other things. And then, later on when she went, they said that, it was cancerous. First of all, I know, Blessing, you do these sessions maybe for entertainment, you're a blogger, but also this should also be like teaching moments for your viewers. As women, and I don't know if any of us have female children, if you notice a lump in your breast, it's not something that you play around with. You tell yourself, oh, I'm too busy, I'll take a look at it later. No, you go and seek medical attention right away. So the fact that she said she saw the lump and she was just busy with other things and she decided, I'm like, okay, I continued. The next thing she said, oh, her hair, she's going to cut her hair has started falling off. And I could see that it was while she was pulling that hair off, I could see it was extensions. I mean, we're Africans, we braid our hair, we know how it looks like. And then just to confirm what she just said, immediately after that, she said that, she has to go do chemotherapy. And then in my mind, I'm like, your hair has started falling off before chemo? No, I have been exposed to people with cancer. So I know what this disease is. I know the progression of this disease. I know people are different. It may be different but even studies, science have shown that it's consistent result. Your hair doesn't start falling off when you have not even done chemo. So right there, I was like, okay, this is BS. I call BS on everything you're saying. I call BS on everything you are saying. Your hair cannot be falling off before chemo. And then you mentioned also that you have to go and do a surgery. And during that surgery, they will determine if it has spread or not. And then in the same state, you have stage 4 cancer. Stage 4 cancer is not going to do surgery to determine whether it has spread or not. Stage 4 cancer, the cancer has metastasized all over your body. So it's not about doing a procedure. So she said so many things in that video, because if you're going to do a procedure, first of all, to determine whether a lump is cancerous, it's not a procedure, it's not surgery that you do. The biopsy that you do, and I'm surprised that she couldn't even explain the biopsy. The biopsy that you do, it's a needle. They insert a needle and they take a sample from that lump to then go and test. And it's not something that you should be saying, I think. It's, if they poke a needle through your body, it doesn't matter what part of your body. It's an experience that you should remember. The fact that she's talking and say, I think, it just showed me. I was just like, wow. I'm surprised that Blessing posted this thing on your page and you didn't even say allegedly, you posted it like a fact or something, because I called BS right away. Even that was on that same day. And then I was like, only time will prove me right. And of course, as time is going, we're seeing her. And after I finished watching your video, I went to her page. I don't follow her, but I went to her page and I didn't see the video there also. That was another red flag. I'm like, if this girl truly has cancer, where did Blessing find this video from? I checked her YouTube, I didn't find it. I checked her Facebook, I didn't find it. I checked her Instagram, I didn't find it. I'm like, if this is a true story, how come it's not on any of her pages? Could she have deleted it? If she deleted it, then that's another red flag. So that video was full of red flags that I did not need to consult anybody or talk to anybody. Being someone who has been exposed to people who have cancer, Blessing, even just the way she was talking. When you have stage 4 cancer, you don't even have the energy to come and turn on your camera, your phone to start talking to people. No. So I'm really surprised that, and the thing is that I'm Blessing, this is also maybe some learning for you, because people, when you put stuff like that, maybe next time, maybe put allegedly, because I'm sure there are people who may have watched that video on your page, and because people trust you and they know the quality of work you put out, and they send her money. They sent her money. They just got scammed. That's what you call charity scamming. That's what she's been doing, and that's why even on your other channel, we're able to uncover all these gimmicks that people play just to emotionally manipulate people, to scam them of their hard-earned money. Cancer is not something that we should joke about. I'm surprised that, they say that God is not a man that he would lie. If you want to call something on yourself, well, so tomorrow, if truly whatever lump in her body, and I agree with you, she may have had a lump. maybe it's stage 0. Stage 0 is just an innocent lump that is seen in your breast, and it's non-invasive. And there are many ways to next steps that doctors can sometimes recommend for that. One of the ways is to do a mastectomy, just as a preventative measure. I don't know if you guys know Angelina Jolie, the actress. She had to perform a mastectomy because, first of all, I think they saw a lump, and then her mother had breast cancer. So just as a preventative measure, she did a mastectomy. She doesn't even want to wait for it to become something else. She just went and took off her boobs. She cut off her boobs, and then of course there are plastic surgery procedures that you can do to put on, to have fake boobs put on, which is what I think she did. So these are next steps. So it's possible that they may have seen an innocent lump in her breast, and then now she wanted to use this as an opportunity to scam people. And of course, she always says that she's a controversial personality. Whatever she can do to get traction on her page, she would do. But I'm not sure that she thought through this one around, because what she has gotten herself into, I'll be surprised if she doesn't end up serving jail time as a result of what she just did. Because now she's made it in a way that even true cancer patients will never be able to come out and seek for people would believe them. Nobody would believe people anymore, because it's become like a joke. And I'm surprised that somebody of her caliber, she's claiming that she didn't understand this, she didn't know this. No, no, no. Like I said, she may not be the smartest person in the room, but she definitely knew everything she was doing. And only time will tell. And if Nigeria does not use her to serve an example, it means that just if something is then part of the system and they are promoting stuff like this. This is a criminal offense, what Blessing has just done. And I hope that when everything is uncovered, she serves for what she has done. So those were some of the warning signs and the red flags I saw from the very beginning, Blessing. Are you there?
All right, thank
Oh,
you.
sorry.
Yes, I'm here, and we got everything that you said. Thank you for that input. And yeah, truly, I just went along because health issues are quite sensitive, and without evidence, I mean, if someone comes out, breaks down in front of us in public, someone that we know to be strong and all of that, breaks down, tells us she's going through this, and me, I don't even know how chemotherapy works, and and I'm seeing all these things, and I'm like, I got honestly carried away, and I really believe that, okay, I'm not going to start to use a fine comb when I don't have evidence. But anyways, now that you have mentioned it, truly, I think I should just edit that caption, because the caption still says Blessing has stage 4 cancer, just the way she proclaimed. I mean, it wasn't alleged. She is the person involved, and she is the person that said she had it. But however, she didn't put out evidence that she had it. She just said it. So yes, I should edit it, because there are some people who maybe did not even see Daddy Freeze's interview and would just still come across my video tomorrow and would go in search of Blessing. They would find her account number, and based on my video, truly, they would still go ahead and donate. And me, as I'm sitting here, I would not give her 1 cent. I would not give her minus 1 cent even. You understand? Just because of all the inconsistencies in her story. So yes, I'm going to do that. I will note that. Thank you for that. So I'll move on to Sister A. Let me see. I think her sound is off. Go ahead, sis.
Good afternoon, Blessing, and good afternoon to everyone listening. You can hear me, Blessing?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay. For me, when I heard of this, somebody called me and said that Blessing had. I said, which Blessing you're talking about? That was my first question. And then the person said CEO. I said, oh my God. I said, well, ooh, she's almost finished.
Hmm.
I said, why would you say that? I said, do you know what stage 4 cancer is? Now, this is a very sore subject for me because I have very close blood relatives that is going through this and bringing tears to my eyes. And to see somebody like Blessing CEO, somebody who's supposed to be intelligent, somebody who's
Mm.
supposed to be counseling people on their lives and their marriages, whatever she used to do in that time, to come out here. And now we are understanding it is all a lie.
Mm.
Mm? Blessing, I watched somebody died from breast cancer.
Mm.
You hear? I watched someone died from it. First of all, if you're going, your hair don't fall. I remember when I was in school and we were in the lab one day doing work, and one of my fellow students, very young girl, young as she was, she had breast cancer and she was taking chemo. And I remember I had just punctured one of the guy's vein to draw some blood as a demonstration. And she was sitting right on the table on the bed there where the guy was sitting. And just like that, this girl went boom and fell right back and passed out.
Oh.
We had to call the ambulance for her. This young lady, I guess eventually she died because we
Mm.
never seen her back in school. Cancer. My other close relative family, I watch I watch her go through some things. I am looking at the video of her where she's sitting there pulling that's not her hair falling out. She hasn't had 1 ounce of chemo at that time. So how is her hair falling out?
Mm.
That's a blatant lie. For anybody on this live that is listening and has any medical knowledge or had anybody that suffered or is suffering from breast cancer or going through chemotherapy, they will tell you when you finish around the chemo, you're out. Most times you eventually it ends up making you real down. You're weak, you're tired. I watch my friend, I'm gonna say friend, travel from New York City to Philadelphia up and down, battling breast cancer. Eventually, the cancer won. And here
Mm.
is this woman coming out here with a mouthful of lies, and she can't even keep a straight damn face. And you
Mm.
BSing with people with something like that. What kind of craziness is this?
Mm.
Why would you want to tell such an awful lie on yourself? Be careful what we ask for or what we wish for and what we put out there. Because if she should ever experience stage 4 cancer, she wouldn't be talking about amputation. We amputate legs.
Mm.
Breast cancer is not amputation, it's mastectomy, lumpectomy. That's what it's called. So, which doctor told you he's going to amputate your breast?
Mm.
Which doctor? Come on, man. These people are getting outrageous, and then you're putting up money for what? What treatment? What treatment? And then to come to find out now it's all lies. And I watched her today, whereby she's telling people, "Oh, I am a controversial person." And you wait until I should call the person by name, until I come for you.
Mm.
Really? Really? As the caller just before me said, you see this here? It's a lesson. It should be a lesson to all of us. Me, I am not putting my hands in my pocket for my hard earned money
Mm.
to give to certain people. No, 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 no. I'm not doing that. So now somebody who might really need help genuinely needs help would come out now to ask if they find the strength to come to ask for help because it's a costly thing. Here, our insurance don't even want to cover it. We had a big fighting in Congress and all of that for coverage of cancer. We do a lot of research here. And this, oh my God, I think that is the most despicable thing I've ever. Why? Why would you do that? Because you want money? Because you know how many other people are broke in this world? And you would come out here to mock people that have breast cancer that is suffering, laying there in pain. It's a very painful thing. In love, man, you know what he said to us? He said, I wish they would move this bar from this window so I could jump the F out and just finish it. I can't stand this pain. And he eventually died. And you out here telling people, send me the receipt that you sent me money so I could send it back to you. And the person said to her that they can't find the receipt. They don't have one dime to get back. Really? How could you now come to counsel somebody like me? As far as I am concerned, her words have no weight when it comes to me. Anybody, she can't even talk to me because that is beyond. She went above and beyond. This is utter nonsense. For what? For the love of money? For the sake of the almighty dollar, you're going to sell your soul to the devil? What is wrong with mankind these days? Where are we going? What is the big F up about? You can't think of anything else. But let me come even to my enemies sending me money. No, that's what she said. Now she's laughing. You at $100 million, yeah, you would be laughing. In America, she would have gone to jail. She would have, and she should. She should. Because here is people. I mean, the poor people may not have that the millions to give, but everybody might send a little 500 or 10,000, depending on what they can afford, to help because she's out there faking the tears and put. If this woman should ever get some treatment of chemo, she would swallow all those words that she said because it is not a kind thing. It's not. It weakens you. And at stage 4, I watched the interview whereby these people was interviewing her, and she was all over the place because she can't, because it's a lie. If you tell the truth when anybody asks you again, it would come naturally because that's all you know. But when you have to fabricate stuff and you have to put, oh shucks, what did I say again? Oh God. I don't know if where did they bore you for this biopsy? How did it happen? She can't even explain this. One time the cancer spread, another time it did not spread. And they're going to take off, they're going to amputate it. That's where I stop. I said, is she serious? Is this a joke? You don't joke like that. Amputate? Which doctor tell you he's going to amputate your breast? Maybe, I don't know.
Bless him.
But
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
this is bad because somebody out there might genuinely need help. And if they ever find the strength to come out to ask for help, I personally would not donate. I will not. I know I don't lose my money like that because I don't know other people, but I work hard for mine. Yes, it's good to give, it's good to share. I know where I put my money. I
Yes.
know to whom would I donate to. I know where. I would rather feed a beggar on the street or buy him a meal or feed the kids that don't have before I go to do things like give money to certain people. Because with this here now, it just make it worse in my eyesight. I will not help. And for me, if they should throw the whole book at her to discourage others from coming on social in the social media space and putting out stories like this that is lies just to collect people's money. It is awful. It's a shame. She should put her face in a bag. It is despicable. So that's my little contribution on that because I know people close to me that gone, that is gone. One, I was at Walmart and my son forgot something and he went back in. And when she called to say, let me speak to my son, I said, 1 minute, he's coming. He just went back in the store to pick up something he forgot. And by the time he came back out and we called the hospital back to speak to her, she was gone. And my
Oh.
son lost it. He lost it. You should have seen me out the car, parked the car, left the car engine on and running behind him to console him because he couldn't console himself. And you up here talking trash,
Hmm.
faking stage 4 cancer
Just like that.
and shaving off your head. No, darling, you won't got chance to shave your head. You don't even have eyebrows. She didn't even have no eyebrows. No. Oh my God. This is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. On call for what? For some money because you broke. That's all I
Sis,
have to say for now, blessing.
sorry, and
It's
condolences for your
ridiculous.
loss. Honestly, sorry that this is triggering, you know.
Not one
Sorry.
person in my family, more than one. More than one. Just about 2 years ago, we put down one from the same thing. And I know I still have pictures in my phone at the stage she was. And here you there with your full breast and your chest, your skin still in order. And you got strength because you're standing up to talk and faking cry. Girl, go sit somewhere. It's
Wow.
ridiculous. Yeah, that's my input, blessing.
Yeah, thank you for your story. I mean, it's not a very positive one, but it gives us another side of, you know, the personal side of this girl is taking this as a
Mm-hmm.
joke, like it's a movie, like it's drama, but there are people that are really personally affected, and this is still affecting them the way they are seeing this thing play out like a joke, you know, almost
Mm-hmm.
like mocking or ridiculing people that have really gone through it. It's a shame. And it still throws light on what we've been saying about all these social media influencers. This thing is not sustainable. Blessing CEO is broke. She needs extra money because she doesn't have any other thing she's doing outside of social media. They want to look good. They want to do breast. They want to do yash. They want to do social media. They want to look rich. They want to buy hair. They want to. That is all this social media life is all about. And it distracts you from real life. And now they have to use people's predicament, other people that actually have a real life. They will impute their real lives into this social media mess and make a mess of it for everybody. It's a shame. And I think that's the direction Blessing is going now because it's all going to come out. The only sad thing now is that Daddy Freeze is backing her up. Daddy Freeze is saying, you know what? Let's forget about the old result that you got from the hospital because maybe they misdiagnosed you. So, what we are going to do, we are going to take you to a trusted hospital and we're going to get a new test. We're going to do a new test, get new results, and that's the one we are going to continue to work forward with. And I'm like, no, that's not the way. Even if they
No.
misdiagnosed her, we want to know if they did. What was the initial result that she got? And what happens to the people who donated to her?
The doctor said it's cancer.
Blessing, fine. Talking about I was going to call him Dr. Freeze, Daddy Freeze. It's my personal, and I didn't watch all of that interview, but I know that Dr. Daddy Freeze and Blessing are friends. It's no news to anybody. They are friends.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I think that Daddy Freeze is trying to protect, he knows the truth, and he's trying to protect Blessing, not knowing that he's also destroying his reputation. Because if
Absolutely.
Blessing told him that she had cancer, and we know that there are lots of false positives and false negatives out there. Nobody ever goes just to one doctor to confirm that they have cancer. If you go and one institution tells you you have cancer, you seek second opinion for confirmation. The moment she told Daddy Freeze, that was the time that they would have ensured that she seeks the second before he comes out and starts saying with authority that Blessing has cancer. He said it even before this interview. I'd seen it one of his posts. He said Blessing has cancer. So he, whatever is going on behind the scenes, he is aware and he is supporting and protecting his friend, not realizing that his reputation is at stake because he cannot come and claim tomorrow, oh, it's what she told me. You are a media personality. Before you put anything on your page, you have to make sure because anybody can come out. Words are cheap. Words are cheap. We've seen it 1,000 times. Words are cheap. And Daddy Freeze being who he is and the interviews like, I'm surprised if it's not just that he's trying to protect his friend or whatever. Maybe it was a conspiracy between both of them. Only time will tell. But I don't trust Daddy Freeze. I don't trust him at all.
But how
Wow.
can you trust somebody who go and get someone else's results or paperwork from their doctor, someone who really has cancer, breast cancer?
But we don't know if she did that. That's the whole thing. She didn't post that on her page. It was just flying all over social media. We cannot
Oh,
confirm
okay.
that she did it. Yes, she didn't post it on her
Okay,
page.
well then I
But
would take back, I wouldn't say anything on it
yeah,
until we know for sure.
Blessing, you
it
But
see,
is.
that is crazy.
yes, I buried two of my auntie here in America with cancer. Auntie Margaret, 2012. Auntie, this is one bad habit African people have in America. They don't like going to the hospital. Auntie Margaret was sick. When she went to the hospital, they told her she had cancer. So they cut off both of her breasts. After they did that, they removed the cancer. Auntie Margaret refused to go back to the hospital. Then 4 years later, she got sick. And when she went to the hospital and they told her it's all over, it spread. I watched my auntie
Oh,
deteriorate in my eyes. We bury her. Her sister that she brought from Nigeria, Auntie Esther. 6 years later, Auntie Esther did the same thing, cancer. And you might know this girl called Shalom Black. Okay, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. Her mother, Esther, she died in California. She was in Virginia because we left Virginia. We came to Florida. She was in Virginia and she was staying there. And I saw Shalom making money, buying houses in California. I called Shalom like, are you serious? Your mother worked at the metro station and you are actually making money. You better call your mother. She did call her mother back to California. But at that time, the cancer have spread all over. My aunt died. I went to
oh.
Maryland. They took her body back to Maryland. I traveled with my two kids. We took that 18-hour journey to go and bury Auntie Esther. So I know what cancer is like. Woman, cancer don't eat your hair out. You haven't even started chemotherapy. I watched my aunt go through chemo, how she starts shrinking, getting skinny like somebody who have HIV. My aunt lost weight.
True. That is true.
It was nothing but bone and bald head.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
that
true.
is painful for me to even talk about. So when I see this piece of shit gonna come on social media, gonna start claiming she have cancer, I pray that follows her because karma is a bitch. You don't play with cancer. You don't. I saw it with
Mm-hmm.
my two naked eyes. I grew up with my auntie. She spent 49 years in America before she got sick. All her children, all of them were born here. But Auntie Margaret, she died. Then her
But
sister,
why did she refuse to go back to the hospital?
I tell you, it's a bad habit to African people. If you see us, they are dropping here in America. You will see them, they have been in America for 30 years. To go to the hospital is a problem. It's after they are sick. That's when they will start finding the hospital to go to. And at that time, it's too late. This was like an everyday thing in Maryland when I was living in Maryland, because I grew up in Maryland. This was like a every month thing. Every African people are dropping dead. They will work first shift, second shift, third shift. One person, no rest, just to send money back home to some idiot that don't deserve it. They're killing themselves working. They don't go to the hospital until too late. I tell you, my aunt did that. After they took that cancer, both of her breasts were gone. My aunt refused to go. I think she went for about a week or two, and they told her everything was good. But after my aunt heard that everything was good, my aunt didn't go to the hospital again, not until she fell sick. And this was like literally 2 months before I moved to Florida, and she died.
Wow.
Yeah.
These are real stories. God have mercy. God have mercy on us. Someone is asking if people in Nigeria get BBL. Yes, it's like what 3 million naira, which is like almost $2,000 or more. They do. A lot of women. They have
Yeah, you
square
can you
nyash.
can you can get the website that like Blessing CEO BBL for 3 million. Maguinhas,
Mm. Rectangular nyash. Yeah, very boxy.
Maguinhas.
Yeah, they
And look at
do
the
in
Maguinhas.
Nigeria.
Look what the Maguinhas is doing now. Sister, I tell you, I don't send you video. After this, go watch this video. Like I said, this part don't finish. Oh. What's in the happen now for social media? Blessing CEO, you go pay. You go pay. Very dark man, and they ask you for his money. Radio guy, and they ask you for his money. People are asking
How
their
much
money.
did they mention how much they sent her?
Very dark man. He didn't. I think I didn't listen to the whole thing, but this guy called Radio Guy in London, he sent her 5 million.
Okay, you know why I'm asking? Because during the interview with Daddy Freeze, Blessing CEO mentioned that she only raised between 10 million and 12 million naira. So if people sent her 7 million, 5 million, then maybe she also lied about how much she has raised so far.
You see,
Blessing,
But
she
what I
told
heard is 100 million.
She is
Blessing, she
mercy.
told she told Egungun that she raised 13 million. So the discrepancies in the numbers that she has been giving shows she's lying.
Wow.
Okay.
All for the
And
sake of
now,
$1. Go work.
all for
Go
money.
out there
Exactly.
and
No,
work
social
like
media is work.
everybody else.
No, social media is work. This is their place of work.
They
It's
need
either
to
social
start
media.
putting bangles on these people and that scamming people of their money. Because what are you setting up there for the people that's looking at? Then everybody gonna say, "Oh, well, if she can do it, I can do it too. I can come and do that. I can come up with a
Mm-hmm.
better lie than him or her."
Mm-hmm.
She's going to jail. That's all I know. I'm
Some yeah,
serious.
somebody
She's
they
going to
need to
jail.
start
She's
jailing
not going to
them
get
for
away with it.
this.
She's not going to get away with it because this is the most this is beneath you. Sweetie, what the hell were you thinking? For God's sake. Cancer, all of a sudden your hair is falling out. Girl, you have a doctor appointment to go and get your surgery. You didn't show up.
Sister
According
Vic,
to you, you didn't show up.
Sister Vic, they're asking why she would do this. I mean, there is this quote that says, "Whom the gods would destroy, they first make mad." And I think
Yes.
that's what's happening to her.
Mhm.
She's going, that's what's going on. It's the beginning of her downfall. Let's just sit back and watch it unfold.
So now that we are here discussing this, is there anyone watching or listening who thinks we are talking nonsense? Who thinks Blessing is sick and she needs help? She's not lying. She just doesn't know about these terminologies and about this sickness. She's just ignorant, but she's sick. And is there anyone here like that? If you really believe so, please call in also. Let's hear the other side, because everything we've played so far just really factually points to the fact that Blessing doesn't even know what she's talking about. She's talking like, oh, she heard it from someone and she's replaying what she heard, more or less, especially how she described the, is it biopsy? Almost like she watched it or she listened to it and it's almost like it didn't happen to her, like she didn't do the biopsy. She
She
said,
didn't,
oh, I
because she couldn't
think.
even explain where did they bore you? Where did they take the sample from? She don't even know. I think,
Mm,
how could you think?
mm, mm,
The mere fact that such an intelligent woman as she is
mm-hmm,
said they told her she found a lump and you gonna put it aside for later because you were doing other things. No, for me, the other things would have had to wait. That takes priority above everything else because we know what that lump can lead to. You gonna put stop, that don't make no sense to me at all. A lump in your one of my clients, one of my patients, we found a lump in her breast and we took her straight away to the hospital. And there it was. She
mm,
had the big C.
mm,
Had we said, oh, she's okay, she looks healthy, and was waiting until later when we felt it's time, no, we would have been in trouble.
mm,
You'll find a lump, every woman, at least here in America. We all know you find a lump anywhere, you're going to the hospital. You're going and get that checked out. Let the doctors tell you that you don't have to worry, it's nothing, or this is what they found. You don't play with your health.
Mm-mm.
You don't. Why you think we have this big breast cancer awareness? We have the big walks for all the Americans on this live. We have the big walks. We have the literatures out there, even in
Yes.
schools all over. You find a lump, they should give out pamphlet how to do the self-examination in your bathroom.
mm,
And you found a lump, of educated woman like you who talks to other people, counsel them, whatever she called herself that she used to be doing. And you're gonna
mm,
say what you was doing was more important than you finding a lump in your breast? It can wait? You mad.
mm,
That's crazy.
mm.
That's crazy.
Someone is asking Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze, do you still believe Blessing CEO? Because in that interview, he was really standing firmly behind her. Like, let's just start afresh. All you have to do is apologize to people. And it's funny because
No,
Blessing knew about this, according to her, since January, and there was
she's not
no
a
urgency
child.
to immediately tackle that cancer. She waited till March, and now that she's claiming that, oh, it's ignorance, oh, I was just scared, I was just too emotional. How come she didn't know exactly the extent the thing had gone in January? But in March, she already started to talk about, they told me I have to do chemo. I have stage 4. How come? Those are the questions he should be asking. That you claim you were just scared. That was why you came out and mentioned stage 4. Okay, why didn't you even do anything all this month? That's number one. Number two, how come you are so ignorant? You don't even understand the questions people are asking you, but you know about mastectomy. You know about stage 4. You know that your hair will fall off. but now you're mixing things up because hair falls up because of
The
the
chemo.
chemo that people do.
Yeah.
That's like the aftermath of it, right? Or is it the side
Yeah.
effect of it?
That's one of the
That's a
side
side
effects.
effect.
So
Blessing,
she assumed
you have
that.
to have like a mammogram. Like me, I have mammogram twice a year, every 6 months. I go in, they scan my breast from every angle. Every angle. They take a picture and scan it. Then they send it because it's your doctor send you to refer. It's a different clinic where you go and you get
Oh,
that done.
yes.
And when they send the results to your doctor, then when you go in for your appointment, your doctor's gonna call you, show you, what the scan said, and they'll be like, "You look good. Everything is clear." Mammogram is a must. That's why you
Yeah,
have to
I
have
do mine
insurance.
once a year. Every year, my doctor send me. Although I don't have the trait, but that's a routine thing that
Mhm.
we do every year.
Yeah, I do it every 6 months. Oh,
My
but she don't even know
God.
what a mammogram is.
Mm-mm.
No, she know what amputation is.
She don't know what even
And
that is. Because they're asking her, "Why did they know?" Because that is how they detect cancer, by mammogram.
yeah,
That is
Yeah,
how.
she said
that's how
she said they
you
didn't do.
find out.
Yeah, because a nurse was interrogating her that there was no form of imaging done. They just went straight to biopsy. But imaging is supposed to be
Mm.
like part of biopsy, right? Because there is a picture that would be taken to
Mhm.
know the
To
exact
know
location.
exactly. You have to do the imaging first. And then they put that image in. It's like a X-ray. They put that
Mm-hmm.
imaging up on there, and the doctor, if they find any abnormalities, the doctor would show it to you in his office and say, "You see this here,
Mm-hmm.
this is
Yeah.
that, and this is that."
Mhm.
So I would advise
Okay.
you, you can come and we can do a biopsy, and get a sample, and we will send it off to the lab, and when the results come back in, we will call you with what it is.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if I don't know what she's talking about, so I knew right off the bat that that there was lies.
But is it not possible that maybe some doctors just boycott imaging since they already know where the lump is? You can already see it and feel it. They already know where to do the biopsy. Is that not a
No,
possibility?
Blessing,
No, no,
no.
no,
Because
it can't be done like that.
that mammogram or that scanning will show how far the cancer have
How
spread.
deep,
They
if
have
it
to
is
do that.
rooted.
They have to do that to see
Hmm.
how far it has spread and where. That's why they have to. You cannot skip that. They have to see how far it has spread, the exact point. They have to see everything
Mm-hmm.
on the image. This girl, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
girl, you want to lie? Your dumb ass don't even know how to lie. You sound
It's
stupid.
like blessing if you break your leg and you go to the doctor can say, "Oh, this bone, I think I can." No, they have to send you for imaging to know where it is broken and what sort of treatment or how they're going to tackle that
Mm-hmm.
broken bone. If it needs screws, if they can just put a splint, or yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
don't just work by guess. No, at
So
least you're here.
mhm.
She lying through
What
her
I
teeth.
suspect is going to, yeah, go ahead.
There
Someone
is
wanted to
no
say
way this
something.
girl even have lumps. She doesn't have lumps, not even lumps. She don't have it. Blessing. I'm the one telling you. We go see this end game. Oh, this end game. We go see the final result. You go see
But
what thing go happen. Very dark man.
you
No,
know,
I get her time yet oh, because he they deal with B Lord right now. You know what? Get her time yet. He done say by the time we get her time, she go see. You go see blessing.
the reason I just feel like she might actually just have a lump is honestly the way, the emotional side of it, really breaking down in tears and really, so I just feel like maybe there is something, but I don't think it's as bad as stage 4, and
Blessing, we
worst
call
case
tears
scenario.
like hers crocodile tears, because those weren't real tears, because she knows she was telling a lie.
A
Those are
blessing.
crocodile tears.
Yeah, I was just going to add, like I know my sisters did mention you diagnose first of all that there's something going on with the imaging, and I also know that during biopsy they use ultrasound also, which is also a form of imaging.
Okay.
That's you do that also. But then the first thing, if you go to your doctor and she identifies, or he or she identifies something unusual with your boobs, they send you first off to go do a mammogram. That's the first step to confirm what's going on. And then once they determine that, then they send you now for biopsy to figure out, okay, where it's located, how far it is. And there's even another test that determines the stage. So it's multiple processes. Like, I agree with you, Blessing, that she may have a lump in her boobs, but I don't think it's a stage, not even a stage 2 or 3 or whatever. It may be a stage 0 lump, which is a non-invasive lump, and they've probably recommended for her to do a mastectomy to just as a preventative measure. I think that's and then she has used this because there's always some element in truth that these people take and then magnify to be able to get that shock factor from people. And that's what KO does to her fans also. She takes a minimal amount of truth, and that's what scammers do. There's always some element of truth, and then they magnify it into something else. That way it's going to have that impact. Because if she comes out, hey, come on, if she comes out and say, oh, they've seen a lump in my boobs and they've asked me to, nobody will help her. It has to be something that's going to create shock. And that's what she did, which is sad because we've heard our sisters who have lost loved ones, and this is not something that you even wish on your worst enemy. Talk less of wishing on your own self, talk less of wishing on your own self. It is sad. I feel at this point in time, I don't think she's okay. Like, honestly, because a normal human being will not come out for how much money, even if they gave her $100,000, for how much you wish something as deadly like that money cannot even cure or treat or what. You wish that for yourself, that even if they gave you the money, look at the Steve Jobs who died of, I think he had pancreatic cancer or something. He had all the money in this world. His money could not save him. And then here you are, wishing something as bad. You didn't even say stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. You said stage 4.
Went all the way to 4.
To 4. And then you want people to think that you are ignorant and that the freeze is supporting the fact that, oh, you did not understand or you don't understand the question. Daddy Freeze, Blessing, even though some of these people come on social media and read scripts and want to come across as if they are intelligent or smart, but Blessing is not somebody that you should be sitting there and saying that she's not a child. You are not her lawyer. No. For you to be sitting there and saying, oh, she doesn't understand the question or this. That's why I say he's a conspirator. Both of them, they know what they're doing there. And which is very sad because there are lots of people who follow Daddy Freeze. And it is sad that he'll be sitting there and advocating and supporting something of this nature. This is just despicable, tasteless. Blessing CEO. For what amount of money? And what would that money do to you?
One thing I would just tell Daddy Freeze now is that accountability and integrity matter a lot. We cannot just sweep off the initial results. We have to get clarity, and the people who have donated deserve to know whether they were already put on the wrong foot from the get-go. They cannot just move on to a new hospital. Okay, let's go to a trusted hospital to give us a new test result. No, it doesn't work that way. You cannot do that. I would not expect that. I never expected such from Daddy Freeze. I'm not as big as he is, but I would not do anything like that. Before I even join you to say, okay, I want to stand with you, I want to support you, I want to know if truly you are honest, if you're not playing around. But now he doesn't know. He just wants us to go to a new clinic and then they're going to take a look and then we can just forget whatever any other hospital in Enugu said. But how can we then continue to trust this person?
Blessing, he knows. He knows. He's just trying to promote, first of all, his other clinic. I don't know if he's a brand ambassador of that clinic or he's being paid. The way he kept on responding and repeating and talking about it. He knows. It's not like he doesn't know. It's just also putting in a pitch for that cleaning. Daddy Freeze, I will repeat it again. He knows what's going on, and it's a shame
And
that
he
he's
should he
packaging it.
should be questioning Blessing. The fact that he offered her to fly her down to Lagos and she refused. She didn't follow up with him. He offered her that, look, I have oncologists who are ready to do this for free. She did not go ahead with that, but she went ahead to be asking unknown people and strangers on social media for money. Shouldn't that ring as a bell in his head that, okay, why didn't you just let us do this together? Why did you know it's all about money? Blessing is broke. Blessing does not
Blessing.
even have money to buy a flight ticket.
Well, this is the
And the
ultimate
fact
scam. I
that,
don't know what else they would do now for money.
you see, and the fact that she refused to bring her result, that the freeze told her to, to prove it. And she said, no, she's not going to. But you
My
are quick
sister,
to
because she
put
don't
your
have
pen.
nothing to bring. She don't have no results. She
You,
has
you see,
nothing because
you
if
see,
she had
chemo.
stage 4 cancer, she
At
wouldn't been able to stand there and sit there and talk
stage
all that
4, you
crap.
will be on the bed. Let
But
me
be
tell
in
you.
the bed.
I took my auntie twice to her appointment because after the chemo, you will be all like I said, you will be paralyzed. Self. After chemo, you won't be able to drive. That's why
To
you
do
always have to
nothing. We
bring
can't do
somebody
nothing.
with you.
Exactly.
So you have to bring somebody with you. I took my aunt
Yes.
twice to the hospital for her chemo. And I see how miserable she looked after that chemo. And she would sleep all day. All day. Everything you give her, she will throw up. You even
So,
water.
yep.
You
Yep.
watch my aunt throwing
Yep.
up water.
Nothing stays in their
Nothing
stomach.
stays.
Okay,
That's how
another question I
sick
want to ask.
the horror of
Another
cancer has
question.
seen it.
I want to ask because it looks like some of you know more about this than me. Is it possible that you have mastectomy and chemo at the same time? Because she mentioned that she was going to get amputated, and she also mentioned that they told her that she needed to go for chemo. Is
Oh,
that
okay.
possible?
No, it's not. Because first, to remove that have shown that it has spread all over. So they have to remove that. So once they remove that, there's no need for chemo. There is no need for chemo because they have removed the cancer. Why would they do chemo after they have removed cancer now? There's no
But
more
if they
chemo.
remove just the cancer from the breast, and if she is saying, I think if the cancer has spread
Ah,
throughout her body, as she's claiming, or they're saying if it's spread, then they would address it aggressively with chemo.
chemo.
Okay.
Mhm.
And they can
Blessing
They
do
has
wouldn't
been
take the
radiology.
breast,
immediately
but they would
started.
address it aggressively with chemotherapy to
Ah,
try to kill it because very soon after that person would be gone.
I swear to God, when I saw
And it
Blessing,
is a
my
very, very painful thing, Blessing. I watched it with my own two eyes.
ooh,
What's his
don't
name? Said, open this window, let me
memories,
jump to my effing death before
memories,
I lie
really bad
here and suffer
memories,
with this pain. Yes.
bad memories. Like I said, you have stage 4 cancer and you are standing and you are talking. You.
I'm pulling out your hair.
She's
But
doing
them
saga.
people stage 3 cancer, you know fit.
Oh, God.
She's doing saga with Chidi Mike. She said, God go punish this one, God go punish that one, this one. She was doing saga.
Yeah, she said she will pick him up. Then he said, where you in the bone you were? He said, can it be that people? He tell her, say he go come Nigeria. He go come spend 2 days. Then he go fly back to America. She no go fit to anything.
She doesn't
In
even
that
have
time,
money to treat herself. She has money
you want
to
to fight
arrest
them.
somebody.
But with stage
She
4
doesn't have
cancer,
money to
you're
fly
on
to
social
Lagos.
media fighting with people. You have stage 4 cancer,
Stage
blessing.
4 cancer. And you
Nothing
have that
else in
energy.
the world would matter to you. But she's up
Yeah.
there now fighting with people because people are talking about her and who she's coming for
Reacting.
and who she's not coming for. Really?
Mm,
Stage
She
4
mm,
knows she's been
cancer?
caught.
She
She
better
knows she's
pray
been caught.
to God that she don't ever catch stage 4 cancer because she will be singing a different tune in the microphone. And that I know is a fact. If ever she should reach stage 4 cancer, hmm, her song will be a complete different thing.
everybody would turn around and be sorry for her if they would show us what she's going through. She can come over here to see what stage 4 cancer look like. Hmm?
Wow. Oh
Her
God.
knees
Can
would
you imagine?
buckle. I watched what's her name go through it. I wasn't there, but I spoke to her just a few minutes before she took her last breath because I am the one that answered my son's phone. Hmm? And I watched
Wow.
that girl. Nothing. There are days that her children got to even dress her because she's so weak. Can't even put her underwear on.
Close.
Wigs in
God.
all form and fashion that she stopped wearing the wig. She just used to wear something to cover her head in the winter because it's the whole scalp there is exposed. You pulling your own off and you shaving your own off. No,
Mm,
the chemo would take that for you. You
wow. She
joking
said
with
she was
stage
preparing.
4 cancer?
She was preparing because she knew it would happen. Anticipating.
I hope she can prepare real well because when them pains start hitting her, she
Hmm.
gonna run crazy. Hmm?
Which
And the
means she
money
doesn't
that she
go.
collected will not be able to
Wow.
quench that pain that she's gonna feel. No medicine gonna help her. Because if it could have, we wouldn't have people here in America suffering like that and going through pain and all the different stages and the up and down. You can't work. You're not feeling good. You can't do nothing. Sometimes you gotta call your own family them to lift your own hand. That's how weak it weakens your system.
Yes.
Wow. Hey, God forbid that thing.
And she's joking with that. Joking with that.
Hmm.
What a sin. That's abomination.
Maybe
Mhm.
she didn't think it would become so loud like this. She just thought, okay, she would just do her thing, get away with it. Nobody would question her or she wouldn't answer. But now the thing is so loud that she
No,
can't even hide anymore.
I really think because she's stupid, she think people are that stupid going buy this bullshit.
Mm.
Mm. Like I
In
said,
America,
with
she pulled
cancer stage
something like
4,
that.
you will not be able to stand on your 2 feet. No, you will not. Like I
Mm-mm.
said, I've seen it. My aunt dropped down to like 92 pounds from
You become
210
skin and
pounds.
bones.
Skin and bones. That's all my aunt
Yep.
have left.
Wow.
And Shalom
She
saw
said,
her
I
mother
ain't
went
going.
through the same thing. That broke Shalom down completely. I have to travel to California to go and see her. Cancer is not funny.
Mm. Someone said in the comments that she could have gone ask Gemini or ChatGPT about the real symptoms. She is not telling the truth. You know,
She's not.
she she visits ChatGPT for content, for gossip, for nonsense talk on social media. But now it's about her health, her life. She's ignorant. She doesn't know anything. She cannot read, she cannot write, she cannot understand. All of a sudden, she's not that dumb. She's not that dumb. She went to university. She's not that dumb
Mm.
that they will now start defending her like a baby. Oh, let me help her answer that question. She doesn't understand. Like, come on. She has known this thing for 3 months. She didn't just hear it today that she'll be like, oh my God, I don't know about it. Let me make mistakes and people would understand. She has known it for 3 months. So what has she been learning in this month? So that's not an excuse. And I'm disappointed in Daddy Freeze that he just let her cajole him like this with all the experience that he has. And like my sister said here, I think it's just because they are friends. They are friends. So he's just trying to help his friend. He might not really be a conspirator like that, like, okay, let us lie, let us I'll cover. He might not be, but he's just, she's been favored by him, being protected by him, which I find a shame. Given the way people see him, the man of truth, he would come. I'm not happy with the way he just handled this whole thing. Guys, let's just forget about the old results. No, we cannot forget about it because that
No,
is why this thing is now so controversial because of the result. People are saying they don't believe it anymore. So we need to confirm that she is not even lying before we go further. Because who do you think will sponsor that new place you people want to take her, and maybe the future treatment? You still want to fall back on the masses to donate. But how are we sure that she has been truthful from the foundation? So you just want to, no, it's not going to work that way. No. And I'm not going to be in support of that, or even so I'm just going to wait to see. I don't
Blessing,
think
you see, blessing. We know this blessing that like to trend. First of all, that date, that January, is she made it up. My spirit is telling me that she made it up, because blessing that we know have cancer, and she found out in January, and she have
yes.
not come on social media and run her mouth. Ta, 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 ta. No, nah, no, nah, no, nah, no. She made all this thing up, because even she have, tumor or some kind of lumps on her breast, she would have tell us this. She would have tell us this. And by the way, that even shows that she don't go and see her OBGYN. Because if you go and see your OBGYN every 6 months like you are supposed to, they would have show you that you have cancer lumps. And OBGYN teach you how to massage your boobs. They teach you how to
Honestly, me, I
massage your
don't
boobs.
go. Me, I don't go. I
Oh,
will
you need
not
to
lie
start
about
going.
that.
You
I
need
don't
to
go to
start going, I
OB/GYN.
beg.
What do you call it?
OBGYN.
I don't
Yeah.
OBGYN.
I
You
don't
need to
go.
go,
And
sister,
I think
because
there are
they
so many
set
women
you
out
down
there
there
who
to
don't.
make sure everything is fine. And yeah, even your breast exam, they do everything to make sure
Everything.
there
Yep.
is no lumps, there is no anything. Yes. Self-care, my dear. You see me, I grew up in
Someone
this country,
says,
Yes,
so that's
mommy.
why I know all this. They do all these things. And then they play with my health, though. No, and then they play with my health. Da, 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 da. Even alcohol, I stopped drinking alcohol. It's been about a year, 4 months now. I haven't put alcohol in my mouth. Not even a taste. I don't want it. So blessing for you to
someone,
come out with this lie. This lie. Oh God. Now VDM. Now I been waiting a DVD. I been an IVD. Now they push you, make you do this nonsense. That wife beater. I hope say it's not the one that told you to go and do this, so because he's broke also. Because see dead body where you go carry put for house now. Person way that buying wife. When they beating wife, they
no,
talk
we
to the
cannot
mother-in-law.
confirm that he has been acquitted.
You know,
He has
see
been
the video
acquitted.
where he do, when he insult the hell out of his mother-in-law. That video went viral now. You as a man to stand like that, to talk to an elderly woman with head full of gray hair, to insult her, talk to her like that, that alone shows that you don't have respect now. That alone, that's all you need. That's all you need. What else do you need? The way he
Wow.
spoke to that woman, even threatening he's gonna slap her, he's gonna do this. And I believe this woman is somewhere like 60 something or even 70 years old. That video is back on YouTube, on social media. People are start reposting the video of him. Actually, it was Lizzie like back. She was the one to post the video again, and I saw it. Laughing. Yes.
So I'm going to read this comment here. Someone said a lawsuit has been filed by Angela Okorie's ex-boyfriend against Blessing CEO for the return of 20 million naira given to her supposedly for Blessing's cancer treatment. I saw that news, but I ran to Angela's page to confirm it, but I didn't see anything like that on her page. And I don't know her boyfriend. So I don't know if it's just one of those, fake news that people just put out whenever there is a scandal like this. Everybody will just make up things. I don't know if it is, because I didn't see any credible proof that this is the case. But if it is, then it's a serious thing, because Blessing has told us that the only thing she has received so far is 10 to 12 or maybe 13 million naira. So if someone is coming out to say they gave her 20 million, why did she conceal that fact? So those are things that as time goes by, we are going to be hearing new things, and those are things that will make people pull back. If Daddy Freeze sees things like this, he needs to be interrogating as you go. Don't say, oh, let's just leave everything and focus on going to. No, I wouldn't even go with you if I cannot trust you. If I'm seeing loopholes, then I'm not going to put my name on the line just to, what do I want to prove if I go with you to the hospital to check if you really have cancer, if you've been lying all along? I need to
Mhm.
be sure that you are not lying. So I'm still watching to see how he's going to follow through with this, or if he's just going to ignore every other thing and just focus on going to get a new, I'm just watching. That's all I will say for now. So I don't know if you guys still have one more thing to say before we go, because we're going to be rounding off now.
No, I
Go
don't
ahead
have
and do so.
anything else to say. All I'd want, in closing, it's just awful that you would come on social media and say such awful things about yourself, knowing that it is not true.
Mm,
And that is something I would not even wish on my worst enemy, cancer. And for you to come here and try to claim it for yourself, wow.
all for money. They need
Buyers
to
beware.
suspend. What I want to suggest is they need to suspend monetization for 1 year online for people to go back to factory settings and just to reset their
Mhm.
lives and just go and be hardworking again, because everybody is lazy now. Social media has money and we will do anything to just make that money. People are packing money, we must also pack. It doesn't matter if we deceive people, if we scam, if we lie. They need to cut off this monetization for a year.
Yep.
Let people become
Breathe in
humans
a lot of
again,
evil.
and then maybe later they can come back again. Not like the people, because by the time you start your life afresh and you get yourself involved with something lucrative and you're growing as a person, even if the monetization comes back, you will start thinking that, what if this monetization goes again?
To
It
go.
would You'd be reluctant to drop that thing you have built in that year just to still go back to the monetization, because you'd be aware that it can go again. So this monetization is causing more harm than good.
Good. I agree.
So I'm just gonna leave it here, unless there's still someone who wants to say something. Otherwise, I'm going to say thank you to all of you. If you see anything, hear anything, just let me know. I'll also be really watching it closely, and I would make sure I keep you guys updated. And yes, I'm still going to edit that caption on my video. So I want to thank you all, ladies. Thank you so much for your contributions. Thank you so much for
Blessing,
sharing your.
don't forget to check that video out that I sent you. I sent
Yes,
you the
yes, I'll
quote.
watch. I'll watch everything. I'll watch everything that I have received. Thank you again to all the commenters and the panelists. Let me see. Oh, someone sent a private message. Let me see what that is. Oh, you guys were saying, oh, don't forget. Oh, sorry. When I can drop. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, really? You're back. Oh, yes, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh my good. I didn't even realize you are not here.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, for some reason I got dropped off. Yeah, Blessing, before you go, I just wanted to give a final remark. Like I said at the beginning, I mean, I know some of these conversations can be for entertainment purposes. However, I just want to encourage, I know a lot of ladies follow you, and I just want to encourage, us women, especially once you turn, like, you start getting mid 30s, 40, you have to really pay attention to your boobs.
Mhm.
Cancer is no joke out there. And now it doesn't affect any particular group of people. You could be very healthy, you could have a healthy lifestyle, and you still have cancer. And they say prevention is better than cure. So I'm just encouraging each and every one of us, make sure that you go for your annual checkups. Make sure that you can go on YouTube and learn how to check your breast, look out for lumps on your breast, look out for lumps on your daughters, your sisters, your female friends' breast, such that if there's anything going on, you can catch it on time and seek medical intervention in a timely fashion. Yeah, this whatever people are doing for cruise or whatever, but let also know that these are some people's real life. This is what people have to live up with. And
That's
let's just use this as also reminders to not be negligent about our health. Let's take proactive measures to make sure that not just only cancer of the breast, anything else that is going on in our bodies can be caught in a timely fashion, at a time when something can still be done about it. Because once you're once you're diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, forget it. There's nothing like chemotherapy. There's nothing like, it's just you're waiting for your death sentence pretty much.
Right.
So let's just use this as a reminder to check our boobs, make sure we go to our doctors, and just, try to live a healthy lifestyle and look after ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. And I do hope the women here listening take heed. Me, for one, before I sleep this night, I'll go and massage my bobby to see, because honestly, I've not done that in more than 10 years. I think when I was in my early 30s, they would say things like, oh, when you're in your 30s, you should take care, you should watch, you should check. I don't think I've done that in over 10 years. And fine, we also have to be practical about these things, because you just mentioned, oh, go for your annual checkup. Like me now, I live abroad. I can just maybe call my GP and say, please refer me to where I need to go and check or do a mammogram. But now think of someone in Nigeria. They would have to pay everything out of pocket. It's not like we don't pay, we pay insurance monthly. But someone in Nigeria, for example, in a poor country, they are hustling, trying to even feed. The small money they have, it's okay, let me be able to pay my house rent, send my children to school. Mammogram is the last thing on their mind. You understand? The money is not even there. So we should maybe also start thinking of ways to empower or help these people if we can. If there's anything they can do, if there maybe are organizations that can assist people that are not able to afford this basic health care, maybe we should maybe start researching and also teaching about that, because it's very easy for us to say, do this, do this, do this, but we should also start looking into how can you do it depending on your location. Is that an idea?
Yes, Blessing, that's an idea. And that's why I said that people in third world countries, in villages, they all have phones. You can go online. If you go on YouTube, there are videos there on how to check for lumps yourself. They have people have, even in the most remote village in Africa, people have access to the internet. Go online and figure out how you can massage your breast and look out for lumps by yourself. Start from there.
And then if you find lump, what do they do then? Or if they find lumps, what should they do?
They'll send
Practical.
you to testing, Once they find lumps, they'll send you for further testing like mammogram scanning and all that. Then once they see how big it is or how small it is, they will cut it and take a tissue out of it and get it tested. And after they get it tested, that's when they will know if it's cancerous or is not. And
Yes,
if it's
Sister Vic.
not, they will just
Sister
take
Vic.
it out.
Sister Vic,
Yes.
that would happen in the Western world. Blessing is asking of situations, of scenarios of people who live in villages, in remote areas, who can afford. Because in
YouTube,
Africa,
like you did say YouTube.
in Africa, you need to put money down before anybody attends to you. I mean, in the
Yes.
West, even if you don't have money, you would go, they would attend to you, and they will send you a bill
Yes.
after the fact. So Blessing's question is, if somebody in a village is able to detect that they have a lump, then what next? What next? If they cannot afford to go to a hospital to get a mammogram done or to follow through the next steps, I believe, Blessing, that was the
You
question,
said
right?
it now. They should go like on YouTube and check. And not only that, if you have a man at home, your man should be massaging your boobs anyway.
Okay, Sister Vic, you're still not getting the question. The question is, once you identify that you have a lump, what next? And we're
Okay,
talking
come
about
on
people
social
in a
media
village.
now. Come and beg on social media. Tell people. Hopefully, people will beg you. And people will help you now. Just like this blessing EEO did, You start your own GoFundMe. And yes, post the results so that people can see that it's real. Everything you have to prove everything. Just like we
Yeah.
Daddy Freeze told this piece of shit, to post a result. And she said, no, she's not going to. But she's quick to put her bank account out there, right? To get money. But she's telling us she's not going to post nothing. So she's going to have to pay that money back. I don't care what anybody says. You see, that's what
Actually, it was Daddy Freeze. It was Daddy Freeze that told her that no, 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 he's not in support of posting because that's personal information. Because she was asking that, okay, is it okay to post or not. But he was like, no, 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 don't post it because, Anyways, what I'll just say for maybe people in Africa, like you rightfully said, yeah, come out and ask for help. There is no shame in that. If you know that, okay, this is your last resort, you don't have the money, your family cannot raise that money, and you know that this thing can grow into something deadly, do not be ashamed. Come out. There
That's
will
right.
always be people that want to help save a life.
Mm.
Come out, be honest. If you know it's not just another money making scheme for you, come out, and people, God will touch them, because life is more than money. Come out. That's just what I will say, because you can't just sit down and say, okay, I don't have money, okay, what do I do? No, come out and
And Blessing,
let God do the
which is why we are having this conversation, because people like Blessing CEO, they're ruining opportunities for people
For
like
the
that.
other.
Because like Sister A said here, she would never contribute a dime to anybody who comes online to us, because that's what she's doing. Because there are some victims out there. But people like Blessing CEO, this is what they're doing. People will never want to help anymore, which is so sad.
Okay, we think a panelist just joined us, and I'll just take the final word from her before we round off. So go ahead, lady.
Yes, good day, everyone. I greet everybody.
Good
And this
day.
is Angel. This is Angel. Um, I heard, I mean, the question you asked is just what I want to give a little bit of answer to. I don't have much to say about Blessing CEO because for me, everything is obvious. Even in her interview that I watched under the freezes, her body language, the way she was talking, everything shows that this could be a lie. I don't want to say it's a lie yet, but for me, if you ask me, I would say she just wants to, she's broke. That's what I think. So, but what's the question that you ask, that what should people do if they have, most especially people from this part of the world in West Africa, any part of Africa, if you like someone rightfully said that you check yourself, you watch YouTube videos and all of that, yes, that is a good idea. But after you do that, I'm going to say this, and let me apologize before saying it, but for people who can hardly fend for themselves, who find it difficult to even put one square meal, I mean, on the table a day, if you check yourself and you find out that you have something, the only thing you can do is just stay in your house, lie in your bed, and wait for your time. That is the only thing. That's the only solution. Because that's exactly what is going on. If you're sick, never mind cancer. If you're sick in this part of the world and you don't have money, just stay. All you have to do is stay in your house and wait for your time. That's basically how it is here. There is no other way. Because nobody will attend to you without, like, the very first thing, even as far as a card, if you don't get the card and pay some registration and all of that, even in a government hospital, they will not attend to you. So, well, if you don't have money and you find out that you have something, the least you can do is stay in your house and wait for your time. So that's just what I wanted to say.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
how that
Thank you for
is.
that.
Yes.
Terrible, terrible, terrible reality. Okay, ladies. So I think we are just going to close now. This has been a very interesting conversation that we've had so far. And I think the truth is kind of like out, but maybe not 100% confirmed. But from everything, from the interview especially, and the videos she did before then, even if some of them she already deleted, it shows that the whole story is not what she is portraying, but the truth will reveal itself in due time. So, again, let me still thank you all for being here and being part of this great live stream. And I want to just welcome you back next time we do a follow-up program, for you to still come and give me the things that you have learned after today, and also just continue the conversation from there. So, ladies, thank you all so much. You are appreciated, and I will see you another time. And of course, to my commenters also, for all your comments, thank you. I will try to read them even after the live stream is over. So, ladies, have an amazing evening, and I will see you guys. I will talk to you guys on the next one. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. I was
Thank
expecting to
you.
hear
Have
you
a nice
welcome,
evening.
blessing, but I didn't hear nothing. Thank you and have a good evening. Bye bye, everybody. Bye.